fight last session as you guys defended Goldenfields from a quite well organized attack from goblinoids and giants. However, that was mainly because there were hobgoblins sort of leading these armies. Hill giants themselves, as you guys can tell, are, well, they're not the most intelligent creatures that you could encounter. So it's just a massive battle as you guys defended Goldenfields, and today's session will start maybe a couple of days later after you guys have recuperated, and as have everybody else. Maxine, she had actually already left Goldenfields, and Shalvis has been sort of sticking with you guys, just resting at the tavern. Maxine has gone to back to Waterdeep to sort of report her findings. There was like a ceremony held for all the fallen, including dozens of the town guard, Ziliang, and also Oren Ugivli. And everyone has fully recovered now, so you have all your hit dice and all your hit points, all your spell slots and all that. And yeah, pretty much just being in the infirmary, recovering after that battle. So as you guys sort of walk about the town, once you're sort of feeling a bit better, wherever you walk in Goldenfields, farmers and common folk, they congratulate you on your victory, and they thank you as well for defending Goldenfields, and you'll never have to pay for a drink or any accommodation in Goldenfields again. You're renowned heroes in this village or in this city. I guess you couldn't really call it a city because it's more farming districts than anything. It's just fields and fields and fields of fruit and vegetables, herbs, and other fresh produce. So you guys have made a full recovery now, and you're probably feeling like it's time to head on. I'll just sort of recap on those quests that you guys got at the end of last session. So Miros gave you guys a quest. He told you that you should travel to Amphail, which is like the next town over, sort of northwest. If you can give your regards to Aliosa Starhenge, then she may be able to help you out somehow. The two of them performed in this traveling circus many years ago, and yeah, maybe get looked after if you head to Amphail. And Shalvis has asked to join you guys. He wants to go to Bardright Inn so he can report everything that's happened to his boss, a member of the Zentarum. And I don't think you guys had fully decided if you want Shalvis to come with you yet or not. And also Lifeless just has not come back. No one has seen him. Rumor says he's still walking to this day.
Maybe he's a tree. You just don't know that he's there.
Could be any one of the trees. So as you guys have made a full recovery now, and yeah, you're just given the finest rooms available, free food, free drink, free lodging, and hailed heroes treated like in high regard from everyone. Eladrin, Eladin, Daravik, the abbot, he is taken into consideration what you guys told him about Strog, and he's decided to step him down and find a new captain of the guard. There was a ceremony for the fallen, and before you guys leave town, Eladin has asked that you guys come and see him in the abbey. He has a reward for you all and something to tell you.
So, go there first?
Yeah, since we're here. Yeah.
So, as you guys are down in the tap room, Miros, you haven't seen a hint of aggression. It's very uncharacteristic for him, but he seems to be quite happy. In fact, you've never seen such a big smile on anyone's face. As you guys are ready to leave town, he sort of sees you out, and you're standing out the front of the tavern now. Miros just holds his arms out. I'm gonna miss you guys! Come and give me a big hug!
Ren goes and gives him a hug.
All right. You he hugs you and he hits you for 4 bludgeoning damage. He lets go of you before you start to get squeezed. And he just says to you all, anytime if you come back to Goldenfields, you come and stay at North Furrow's End. Oh, you're heroes. You've saved everyone. You saved my tavern. It's unfortunate what happened to those who fell. Oren was one of my best customers. I didn't mind that Zi Liang. She was annoying as hell, but she had good spirit. And I think I may have improved my chances with Naxine as well because of all of you. Well, you'll come back now. Don't go getting yourselves killed, because it's going to make me sad.
Yeah, no promises.
Good luck with Naxine. Walk out.
Thomas and Lily are going to just take care of some other business that they had here in Goldenfields. Mirosa wants to talk to Thomas, so Lily stays behind, and that's sort of what their characters are doing at the moment. And Shalvis turns to all of you. So, you've had a couple of days to think now, and well, will you come with me to the Barge Ride Inn? These are dangerous roads. I would make the journey myself, but I fear that, a hungry giant may come across me and stuff me in his mouth. What were they saying? Stuff? I don't want to be playing that game. No way, no hell.
Where is the Barge Ride Inn?
It's north of here. It's not too far.
Would we go through Emphiel to get there?
I think that's going to be a little bit of a detour. But these roads are connected. I just know by wayposts and signs. Well, and he takes a look at a map. We could travel up the Desserin River, stop by Barge Ride Inn, then we could head up northwest to Red Larch, double back to Amphail, and if your journey takes you further to Waterdeep, well, we could make it a round trip. It'll be worth your time. The Zentarum. We have resources.
Well, I know it. I don't know about you guys. It sounds okay to me. We need to go back to Waterdeep to talk to Maxine's friend. Didn't she say something about a dragon expert?
Yes.
She did. Yes.
Do I know if aiding the Zatarum will be something the Harpers would look down upon?
Yeah, the Harpers don't have a good relationship with the Zentarum, but Harpers are spies, so...
Alright. I will become a spy.
You could use it to infiltrate the Zentarum, see exactly what they're up to.
Sounds good. Sounds good to me.
Well, it seems we decided.
Alright, Shalvis joins the party.
Just put him in the front.
Does he have any goats left?
Not a single goat survived, unfortunately. Thanks. Thanks for having me. You all fought very well. Trust me, this will be worth your while. Alright, so Shalvis just joins you guys. Seems to just prefer ranged attacks with a hand crossbow. Sort of staying near the back of the group. So, what do you guys want to do now? Any more business in Goldenfields?
Go to the Abbey. talk to
Yeah.
the archdruid.
Of
About
course.
it.
All right, you guys are heading out of Goldenfields, and you stop by the Abbey on the way out. And as you guys sort of come through this row of longhouses, you can see many buildings were destroyed from the giant attack, but people are still in high spirits. They're already rebuilding roofs, walls, and clearing out some areas, buildings that were just too badly destroyed to be repaired. And yeah, you think give a couple more weeks and you wouldn't even realize that there was a giant attack. There's also a lot of scaffolding on the southeastern wall that they are repairing. Looks like everyone sort of, all of the residents here are chipping in, like a community, to rebuild. So, stop by Harveststone Abbey. It's a very elaborate building, and luckily none of the ancient stone or any of the pillars, or not a single stone was actually touched on the abbey, so it's still in good condition. You enter through this very well tended set of hedges that surround the foundation, and the sun shines down on a sun-shaped window of stained glass that causes all of these orange and yellow hues to leap around and sort of dance along your eyes as you walk through into the abbey. You see the old black bears, Darlo and Tilby, wandering around, disciples praying to Shantea, and at the very back of the abbey you meet with Aladrin Darovic, who's sitting on this gnarled wooden throne as he looks down on you all. Ah, my children. Or should I say, heroes of Goldenfields. Your presence here announces to me that you are to depart Goldenfields now. It's been a pleasure having you all. And for the balance of all things good, it was a blessing to have you as well. I have reserved a few items of interest for you all. As a way of saying thanks, this is a collection and donations from the good people of Goldenfields, as a way to show their appreciations for your efforts in saving their homes, and saving their families, and saving our way of life. It's no secret that there is something special about Goldenfields. The soil that we stand on was gifted to us by Shantea. Truly we are blessed to have bountiful crops year after year. But this is not only the work of Shantea. Sometimes there is a lack of water, but Goldenfields never falls into drought, and I will share to you the secret of how we have an endless supply of water. May I supply you with one of these gourds? And he pulls out this gourd. It's just like a horn-shaped container with these golden caps on either end of it, and a little bow tied around it. It's a decanter of endless water.
Sweet.
So you never have to worry about like filling up your water skins again, pretty much. You always have fresh water on hand, and it can also be used to try and like knock people to the ground with a massive geyser of water that can spout out from it. That is not all. I was speaking with Sevembra from Earth Mother's Bounty, and she has gifted you some magical beans. They say if they are planted, a beanstalk will sprout forth, rising to the heavens. Though I have never tested the theory myself. Use them wisely and be cautious. Do not spill them out. They will explode.
Well, alright.
And he gives you this nice little bag of beans. It has 6 beans in it. They just look like little kidney beans. And if you dump the entire contents on the ground, they're going to explode. However, if you remove a bean and plant it in dirt or sand, and then water it, it'll produce an effect 1 minute later, and there's a range of different effects, including a giant beanstalk sprouting and growing up to a height where it could lead to a cloud giant's castle.
Or a mummy lord from a pyramid.
There's
Or a
lots of
mummy
things
lord.
that could happen.
Yes, you don't have to worry about burning wagons ever again as well with the decanter. And there is one more item, a gift, an heirloom from Hanatus Tom, the gate captain. He felt that, despite him being a seasoned veteran of war, that he did not contribute fairly to the defense of Goldenfields, and that he has dishonored his family. So I present to you this jousting lance that is magically imbued. Antinous wanted you all to have it. It's a +1 lance.
Oh. Interesting.
Nice. We could sell it. We don't have any cavaliers or anything with us at the moment, so
Yeah, I know, right?
None
Bet
that
your
ride
best
horses
just-
anyways.
Just sell it. I'll just give you a 200 gold instead if you want.
yeah, that'd be good. I was thinking of we could just like get a bunch of caltrops instead. It'd be a lot of caltrops for 200 gold. How much would a +1 caltrop be?
I
Oh,
have-
Norin, you're here. Hi, Norin.
I also have a great power that I can imbue you with. This is a charm, a magical charm, gifted to you directly from the powers of Shantea. I know it as the charm of the Slayer. It will magically imbue one of your weapons. It will become a dragon slayer or a giant slayer for 9 days and not a day more. Whom shall receive this charm?
Well,
And it says
I would say
DM's
Norn.
choice, but it will be player's choice.
Norin does more attacks.
Yeah.
Well,
And then choose.
I would say we just hold on to it for now, and when the time comes when we need it, then we can decide who
I
shall use
must
it.
bestow it
He
upon you
does it
now,
Just hand over the spear.
but you will
do it.
decide when you'll activate it.
Of course.
It's not an actual charm, it's a magic thingy I do. You need to drink this tea and yes,
Technical term.
some special mushrooms I've prepared.
Can I do a check to see what is on the tea?
Make a nature check. Yeah, they look like mushrooms to you, and you're not really sure. Take a look at them and
It's perfectly safe. Go drink.
you can come back and receive my blessing at a later time if you wish.
No. Go for it, Norn.
All right. I'll receive the charm.
Alright, he gives you this tea. It tastes very earthly. You drink it, and he takes a large leaf and sort of imprints it onto your head, and it glows with a bright green color. And then the leaf just sort of vanishes, and he takes his hand off, and there's a small sort of like a brand of a little leaf motif on your forehead. And whenever you call upon to invoke the charm, the leaf will glow once again and bestow that charm upon you.
Alright, cool.
Thank you all. And there is one more thing. Unfortunately, we lack the capacity in terms of gold to pay you a monetary reward. The spare gold that we have in the town's coffers must go to repairing the town. However, Zi Liang, I found something that belongs to her. Belonged, I should say, for now she is one with the ground. Let me tell you something about Zi Liang. She's not just an acolyte of Shantea or an Emerald Enclave sympathizer. She was the beneficiary of a considerable inheritance from her parents, traded in fine silks, whale oil, fine glass, maps, and other commodities. They were based in Baldur's Gate, but owned several businesses in Waterdeep. And he takes out this black pearl pendant, a silver chain. I found this hidden among her belongings. You should bring it to Kaldor Marskill, the head butler of House Than in Waterdeep. Sure, he'll give you a gift in exchange for returning this to his family, to her family home. You heard it, House Than. Not you, Than.
So basically, this is mine.
So you guys get a black pearl pendant worth 750 GP. So just note that that's Zi Liang's, so you don't accidentally cash it in. Or note that it's Zi Liang, so you do cash it in purposely.
It's like,
However you feel about it.
Should go on the different page, quest item.
Okay. So the lance, I'm guessing, is getting sold. I'm joking. So the charm is going to Norin. The lance is going to Norin, I guess, as well. And the bag of beans, who will take that?
Sounds fun. I'll take it if no
Okay.
one else is taking.
And the decanter of endless water. Anyone in
I
particular?
suggested Tom carries it. He's not here at the moment because he seems to set like things on fire.
Okay. Alright, I'll give it to him.
Thomas? What if he set things on fire, then he turns into a plant?
Then he can water himself.
a self-watering plant.
Yep.
Alright, I've also marked Zi Liang's quest on the map. I hope this satisfies you, but we have nothing left to give. But feel free to pick up a cornucopia on your way out.
Alright.
And with that, you guys exit onto the North Furrow. Actually, yeah, that's the only actual road out of town. The North Furrow. Oops, Miros is not coming with you guys. Okay, and Lily and Thomas are just taking care of some other business, we'll say. They'll be around. Alright, Goldenfields saved. You guys are back out on the open road. So you have Showers' quest, which is the barge right in to the north. Now, there's not actually a road that leads up there. You could get like a ferry. There are many ferries. The Desserin River is actually like a trade river. There are barges that go up and down the river every day. You could get a lift on one of those, and it should be pretty quick. Deliang and Naxine's quests both lie in Waterdeep. The North Furrow leads down to that. We have Amphail over here, where Miro's quest is. And you also have still yet to report to Tamalin from Calling Horns. And it has a quest at Shadowtop Cathedral. Roderick still has a quest at Citadel Felpar. And Stars gave you guys a quest to go to Xanthal's Keep. There are rumored to be frost giants in Port Last. Bryn Shander is up here, where someone's beloved is. Well, they still don't know that their beloved is passed. And of course, you have this fabled frost giant who may know how to fix the ordning up in Fell Pass, in the spine of the world. So, as you guys gather here, you're all supplied with horses if you need them.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Of course we do.
Yep, they also give you guys a riding horse each. And where would you guys like to go from here?
So that's just going to barge, right? Because we've got this guy tailing along with us.
Yeah, I would say, yeah,
So we're not dragging him along.
head on the river to the barge ride in, and then
Make
if
our
we
way
want to
back.
stay on the roads, go up to Red Larch and then down Amphail, or just cut across. Then from Amphail to Waterdeep, and then from Waterdeep we can use the
Teleport to anywhere.
teleportation circles to go somewhere else.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Okay, you guys head off the road and just make your way over to the Desserin River. There are many waterside docks set up here, just a simple wooden platform in which barges will unload or load cargo. Trade goes all the way from Waterdeep up to Yatar via the Desserin River. With all of your company, including the horses, you can get a barge up to Barge Right Inn for a single gold piece to cover everyone, including your horses. Just a pretty simple setup. It's just a large wooden platform that floats on the water, filled with cargo. You guys have to sort of space yourselves out evenly to keep the barge balanced. The Desserin River, the stretch of Desserin River, is actually very well guarded. So you're not expecting to have any trouble. And it doesn't take you guys too long to make your way to Barge Right Inn. It's I can actually see how many miles it is. I think it's like 80 miles or something like that. Oh no, not even. I was thinking of somewhere else. Yeah, it takes you guys like a day. So a day later, you guys arrive at the Barge Right Inn, and Shalvis gives you guys a little bit of information about the Barge Right Inn. It was once just a hilltop wayside inn, but the site's actually become a walled community of these ramshackle, frequently rebuilt wooden towers and buildings. Its structures now entirely cloak a hill that overlooks the village of Womford across the Desserin River. There is a long wooden bridge wide enough for a single wagon to cross, spanning the river between these two settlements, known as the Ironford Bridge. It stood for centuries, but it's showing its age. As you guys start to approach this small town, you don't think much of it. It reeks of manure, and there is just a ring of filthy mud surrounding the village. And there are actually many dealers that buy and sell horses and mules and oxen. And as you start to make your way into the town, you note that there are blacksmiths, wheelwrights, coopers, and wagon makers. It has inns, stables, and warehouses, and two concentric rings of high walls with gates. Chalvis tells you that they're barred at night because although the Destron River is well guarded, the area is prone to attacks from goblinoids and other raiding parties like gnolls that may attack surrounding settlements or surrounding villages, and maybe even Barge Ride in itself. So you've got to be a little bit cautious. So I'll head on over to the map of Barge Ride Inn. Chalvis seems to know the town fairly well. Here's a map of Barge Ride Inn. You can see locations keyed on the south of this map. There is this first outer wall and then second outer wall, and there are paddocks for rent. So you guys can all just have your horses stabled, and it costs you guys like 1 gold piece to stable your horses for your stay. And then there is this sort of outer stone wall, and then there is the main gate here, the inner gate. There are market stalls set up within the first concentric ring of walls, and this is the original Barge Ride Inn over here. It's Z5, and then there are just some stables over here as well. Exclusive stables for special residents or guests of the Barge Ride Inn. So you guys head on in, and Chalvis just sort of takes you on through and just sort of points out, if you're looking to resupply, there's a market stall here. You can find basic wares. Hey, Kendrin. And he just tips his head to this noble man who seems to be quite well dressed, given he's sort of standing out in the mud and manure, although his clothes are quite clean. Seems to know him, and he just sort of does a whistle and organizes for your horses to be taken. And you guys follow him in, and there is a member of the guard. The guards here are known as swords, and Chalvis just convenes with the captain here, Shalaska Murin, briefly. They don't really exchange much more than a couple of words and a glance, and you guys head on in to the actual village, and Chalvis just sort of tells you all, alright, I'm gonna go and meet with my boss. Days at the Barge Ride Inn. You can get some accommodation there if you want. You're safe. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Centarum have been stationed here for a few years now. You'll find low fees and a discreet welcome if you're with me. By now, the Centarum already know you're in company with me. That should be enough. Most of the business owners are here. They're also in the black market's pocket. So, anything you need, any creature comforts, whatever you need, I have my contacts. The party loot. Who was doing that actually?
Originally, it was me.
That's Roderick.
But
He's got it at the moment.
Yeah, that was while he was gone.
because I was away for like a week or two, and
Yeah.
got
Did you-
transferred.
Did you get those items, Roderick?
No, I'd forgotten that I was the.
It's all good.
For the past 2 weeks, he completely forgot that he was in charge.
Did you want to remind you what they were? It was a Decantler of Ventus water, Endless water.
Where's the?
There is a +1 lance. There's a bag of beans. There is a black pearl pendant, which is posted there. And don't worry about the charm because it's not an item.
Or you can give it back to Norrin if Norrin wants, because he was doing it originally.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't matter to me. I mean, as long as it's kept up, I don't.
Oh yes. I'll give it back to you after Roderick edits that in then.
Yeah.
Oh, you see that guard captain there, Chalaska? He's also in the pay pocket of the Black Network. Called a senior sword, and the leader, he seems to be this very terse, cold-eyed man, and yeah, he doesn't look like the sort of person you want to mess with, but there's just this sort of sense of sort of security, almost like a comfort blanket that surrounds you guys, knowing that you're in with Shalvis, and most of the members of the town here are on the Black Network's payroll. And he points you over to this large building. It's a very substantial stone structure. It looks very sturdy. Like the walls are thick, including some very new-looking towers that sort of jut up. And there's even a gated entrance of a courtyard with a well. And Shalvis sort of just says to you all, well, you can come with me into the barge ride in, or keep yourselves company in the market, or anything you need, just tell me.
I'll head over to the inn with him.
Alright then. Once we get inside, I'm gonna have to lose you all. Just, you'll find yourself a free drink. Take a seat, and I'll come and get you once I've made my report.
Alright, sounds good.
Heading over to the barge ride in. You can tell that it had been rebuilt very recently. It's all the stucco is well intact, and there is some evidence that this building has been built on like an older version of itself. You can still see the original stone foundation in which it was built. And you head into the inn, and it's very sort of quiet in here, very dank, and you can tell that the Zentarum haven't really dedicated the same amount of resources to the interior that they have the exterior. Everything looks a little bit outdated, and there's only a few patrons here. You see a very well-dressed, young-looking man. He has a very sallow complexion, and he just sort of sits in this very dark corner. And there is a couple of other members of the Swords sitting here, and a couple other folks just that don't really have any sort of discerning features, just hanging about. It's very, very dark, like the curtains are drawn, and there's just a few sort of dim lanterns illuminating the place. And as you look around, Shalvis has just gone. Like, you're not sure where he went, but there's only a set of stairs that goes like upstairs. And everyone make a perception check. Alright, Rendon and Anda, you guys look around, and you notice that Shalvis had slipped through a secret door. In fact, there seems to be a number of secret doors in the interior of the tap room, which also makes sense because the buildings, like the outside of the building, it portrays the presence of a much larger room inside, but it's actually quite small in here. There seem to be a number of private chambers hidden behind secret doors. And the innkeeper, his name is Naliska Thalond. He doesn't really say a word. He just comes over and plants some drinks on your table. He's a half-elf, and he does flash you a little black snake, wing snake tattoo that's just sort of on that bit of flesh in between his thumb and forefinger. And he gives you
Give
a
him
bit
the
of
old
a
head
smile.
nod.
He gives you a head nod back, and then he leans in. You're in good company, friends. Planning to stay a while?
Not sure we know yet. But it's kind of gloomy in here, isn't it? Gosh.
I cater to my frequent customers. And he looks over at the very deathly looking human male that's tucked into the corner. So, what brings you here? I must ask. Naliska Thaylord, by the way, and this is my tavern.
Oh, this isn't Alaska.
And where did Shalbus go?
He has just gone off into a private room.
One of the secret doors.
Yeah.
We made sure that Shalvis got here safely.
I've already received the report from Shalvis a day ago.
A day ago, he asked us to bring him here.
What does it matter what the means are? The end is the same, friend. He's here, you're here, and he's given me his report. So, I've got clean beds waiting for you all, friends. Free of charge, of course. Nice warm dinner as well. But you're yet to pass my test.
What test? Sorry, what?
Would you like me to play you a song?
Not quite. You see, I have a beer wagon headed up to the Troll in Flames, a tavern in the village of Morbrin's Shield. I'm going to need some protection for it.
Where's this village again? Is it north, south?
North.
North. Of course.
Take a look at your map.
It seems like we keep changing plans.
Alright.
Where to?
Morbrin's Shield. Like all the way up
Jeez.
here.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
God.
No problem.
It's a little ways off.
Not cheese. Beer. But I'll note that you like cheese. So, what do you say? I need someone to take the reins.
How long will that take by river?
Not by river, friend.
By road?
Yes.
No thanks.
Is this
It's not.
worth our time? We've
Very
got-
well, friend.
No.
You do not wish to contribute to our cause. I thank you. You can see yourselves out.
Right.
I rescind my offer. Goodbye. And he just goes back
See
behind
ya.
the bar.
Well, sorry that it's not convenient for you. Lord. It's like we're supposed to just stop whatever we're doing and do what they want us to do.
Yeah, we're not
It's
doing that.
ridiculous.
Alright, with that, you guys get the feeling that you're no longer welcome here in Bartride Inn. And
Alright.
you're already getting some dirty looks from the few people that are in the tavern, including the Four Swords and this couple of other people here.
Too bad Thomas isn't here. We burn this fucking place down.
Alright, you guys
I could
decline
plant
the
the beans.
Zentarim's offer, and that will be the end of Shalvis's quest. You don't see Shalvis again either.
He said it was worth our while. He lied.
Yeah.
We did. We will get our revenge.
He said it was worth
That's
your while.
Yeah.
But he didn't know what the
Yeah.
reward was going to be. All right.
Off
The
the-
reward was another quest.
Yeah.
And then after that, another quest.
We
Continuous.
go north and north and north until we get to Waterdeep.
All right. So with that, you guys are pretty much expected to leave the barge right in. It's fairly early in the day still, so you guys are just sort of left out here on the road, sort of a few hundred feet away from the outer wall of the barge right in. So where do you guys go now?
I guess we're making our way to Amphel.
Amphel, yeah.
So should we just cut straight west to get to the long road, or should we travel up to Red Larch before we go down?
There's nothing to be afraid of. We can cut through the countryside. Don't you like a little exploration?
I'm sure it's perfectly safe.
It is perfectly safe. What could go wrong?
Cut to half of us dead.
All right, looking at the map, it's pretty rough terrain, and it'll take the horses 3 days to get to Amphale. You will need to also sort of navigate this tributary of the Desert River.
What if we, what if going straight to Amphel, we just cut straight across to the long road, like go straight west,
Yeah.
and then take the long road the rest of the way?
Yeah.
That would be. Let me take a look.
Yeah, we don't have to deal with the river then.
Gonna be about 3 days either way.
Yeah, but it's we don't have to deal with the river, so that's fine. I like that idea.
Okay. All right, you guys head off to try and make good time. And would you like to travel at a quick pace or just a regular pace?
What terrain is this?
It's difficult terrain because there's no roads and it's very hilly. So the horses can navigate it, but they'll be moving at half their regular speed. That's why it takes 3 days.
But it's not a forest, is it?
It's not a forest. It is grassland.
Grass. Got it. I don't like grassland yet. Not my favorite terrain.
All right. So
I'd say
pace.
regular. So we can keep our eyes out, because there are giants about.
Yeah, regular.
Okay, you guys head off, traveling west from the barge right in, and you're getting you're clearing about 20 miles per day. So you guys just cut across the grassland here, and it's just a non-stop push. The horses gallop as much as they can. You stop to water them and rest them, and during your first day of travel, you guys just come across a few elk. There is a group of 3 elk just grazing in a field, and that's about it. And everyone make a history check.
What's history?
Alright, Rend, you remember hearing a bit of a rumor about an elk, and it sort of reminds you about this rumor when you see the elk. You heard of an elk that has antlers made of pure gold, but doesn't look like any of these elks have these golden antlers. You can just imagine looking at the majestic beast. It's very large, and just imagine how much solid gold antlers of that size would be worth. Hundreds of gold. But it's maybe just a rumor. At least there's no golden elks here.
Hey guys, keep your eyes out. This reminds me. Keep your eyes out open in case you ever see an elk with golden horns, antlers.
And why are they dangerous?
No, their horns are gold.
You wouldn't kill an animal just to grab the.
No, we trap it, cut the antlers off, and we're good to go.
Yeah,
Oh,
they'll grow back next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, just look for the sheds.
Anders
In fact-
horrified at this.
In fact, we could just capture it, keep it, and then just use it as a recyclable thing.
It's like the goose that lays the golden eggs, but like way different.
It's not that different because they do shed their antlers
Yeah, they
every
do
year.
shed. So
Yeah. He'd be pampered.
Yeah.
Bring him in
You
some
could,
female elk every now and then.
Train it, use it as a mount as well.
oh, that'd be awesome. Riding into battle on a elk with golden horns.
Yeah.
That'd be really
Barding.
cool.
All right. As you guys continue traveling, night falls, and you guys just make for camp. You are not attacked during the night. You easily find somewhere good to camp, and you continue on the next day. The next morning, you travel, and you make it almost onto the long road, but actually you do make it onto the long road. But just before you get onto the long road, this would be the next morning. Sorry, you haven't made it to the long road yet. You guys notice a large group of Uthgard barbarians. They are just barbarians that live here in the north. They're generally pretty evil, and they seem to be hunting some game, some elk, sort of not too far from you guys. You see a group of them. There's about 25 of them, and they're just chasing after elk, throwing spears, and easily taking down their game. And they spot you guys, and you spot them, but they just continue on with their hunt, and they don't really pay you guys much attention. You guys get onto the long road, and here there is just a few wagons and whatnot passing down the trail, and you guys find a small inn to stay at. Don't worry about crossing off any gold for it, and you continue on, and then you get halfway down the long road, and you'll be at Ampvale by tomorrow. And you guys just set up a camp again, just a little bit off the road. There's not actually any wayside inns here, and you expect to be at Ampvale like early the next day, maybe just a few hours into travel the next day. So you guys feel this isn't the safest area, so everyone will take a watch as you sort of sit around the campfire with your bedrolls laid out. Lily. And you just got a campfire going here, and you're at the point where quite tired, trying to go to sleep. So who's gonna take first watch?
Than will.
Alright, and who will take second watch? With Than, are you an elf or half elf? Half elf.
Elf.
Elf. Alright.
Wood elf.
You guys can complete a long rest in 6 hours because Than only has to trance for 4 hours. So Than does the first one, Ander does the second one,
Yep.
and third watch.
Rand will do the last one.
Ren will do last watch. Alright, and Norin and Roderick can sleep. That's plenty of watch.
I'll cast Dark Vision on me when it's my turn.
Okay. Alright, Than, Ander, and Rand, each of you roll me a 1d20. All right. Rend, Than, and Norin and Roderick are all sleeping. And you can make a perception check.
Alright.
Or actually, Than, you would have you would have finished your trance, so you'd be up now too, Than. You'd be awake, just doing whatever you're doing. Waiting for Nora and Roderick and Ander and Carter. Finish resting. Alright, just gotta check something. It's very, very dark. It's like sort of raining a little bit. There's like some howling wind about. And all of a sudden you hear a bit of a twig snap. And you look over into that direction and you see one of the Uthgard barbarians that you'd noticed from a day ago. And they're sort of just creeping up. They're surrounded with branches and brambles, and they've got a spear in their hand. And when you look a little bit closer, there is many more of them. And you look around and you realize that they've moved in to surround you guys. There's a small army of them. What do you do, Ren?
I yell out, trying to do an intimidation on them, saying, "Leave here now, friends." But I try to make it loud enough that hopefully the rest of the party can wake up from that.
Alright, that definitely does wake everyone up. And you can make an intimidation check, Ren. Okay, they just start making some noises. Almost like taunting noises. And you can't really get a good look at these barbarians. You're not really sure what tribe they are, but they have black hair and blue eyes, and they almost seem inhuman. They have markings all over their faces that have been put in blood markings all over their faces, and totems, and they are speaking in an unknown language. And Than, Roderick, and Norin, you guys have woken up, and Car, and you find yourselves surrounded by Uthgard barbarians. What do you guys do?
First thing I'm gonna do is light my lantern so I can get a better look at these guys.
All right, when you light the lantern, you illuminate the faces of their bloody symbols that they've painted on their faces, and grisly totems that hang from the animal hides in which they wear. They carry spears, but you notice a couple barbarians. They are quite a bit taller than others. They're at least 6 foot tall, and one of them wields a massive axe. It seems to be a leader, and maybe his son. Both
They look,
armed with axes.
Do they look human?
They look human, but their eyes sort of glow this bright blue color, and the way they sort of speak, it's like animalistic. And you guys have, I dare say everyone has at least heard of Uthgard barbarians. They're pretty bloodthirsty folk, and they're human, but they have inhuman dispositions, and they hate magic, and they don't trade. They're just vicious raiders that will pillage and destroy, take anything that they can. And as you guys grab your weapon, you're expecting them to come in and attack, and that's exactly what they do. Luckily, Rend had sort of spotted them, so you guys are not surprised, but their numbers are many. And your horses are just like sort of tied up nearby. They're probably already dead, don't worry about them. Rend. No, horses are fine. Rend, you're up first.
Alright. Yeah. Pull out my axe, I tried. And then I go into a rage. Rage.
Barbarian violence.
These are
Yeah.
not elk tribesmen like the ones you'd encountered further up to the north, but you
Yeah.
can get an idea of sort of what they look like with that handout.
Yeah, run up here. And that's a lot of them. Oh, what the hell? I'm gonna reckless attack this guy.
Okay. As you take a look at them, Rend, you realize that they have like the red paint painted on their faces like that of a tiger. It'd be the red tiger tribe.
Okay.
And you hit. And they just let out a blood-curdling scream as you just cut them straight down.
Alright.
They're like
Then,
jumping over one another, toting spears, moving side to side. Their eyes just sort of, their piercing blue eyes just sort of dictate their presence.
Alright. Hit that next one then.
That hits. And a lick of blood just shoots through the air as you slice his neck.
Then I've got one more. Can I step on his body to get to the next dude?
Yeah.
Very barbarian thing to ask.
That hits. And you just cut through another one. And the warrior falls to the ground dead.
There's more over here.
Yell at the last dude, and that ends my turn.
Alright, the leader and his son, they start sort of growling like a tiger. And it's like almost uncanny. Wow! And they almost sort of, as they move forward, they're like on all fours, but carrying their great axe with one hand. And they sort of, when they get in close, they leap like a tiger, pouncing. And this one pounces at Than with a reckless attack. No advantage for the berserker. And the axe hits you for 7 slashing damage, Than. Alright, the leader does the same thing. And he comes in at you, Than. And he has advantage already due to pack tactics. So he just does a regular attack on you with his axe. And he misses you. Car.
No. She goes on my turn.
Oh yeah. Let's take Car off. You go on Car's turn.
Yeah.
Norin.
All right, let's I'll take out the trident. I'll move it over here. First at this guy.
Alright, you have advantage. And that's a hit. And you stab the son of the leader, and he just lets out a bit of a tiger growl. Rawr.
I'll put my unwavering mark on that guy, and then let's go ahead and try to stab the leader as well.
That hits. And you slash the trident across him. And you notice his flesh is like he's almost got like fur, and you could swear he has like the skin of a tiger, and he does resist your attack.
Interesting.
It's like he's like in a rage.
Okay. So I'll mark him as well. And that'll be my turn for now.
Alright, the tribal warriors, they just attack in numbers. That is their strength. And I'll do all their movement first. They sort of gallop along the ground in the same sort of manner. Running like a tiger. Their flesh painted red with blood. Black streaks of charcoal sort of running lines across their bodies. And you have a couple come in behind you, Rend. And
Good, I won't have to chase them.
Some of them surround Roderick. Pretty much just move into all the available empty spaces. And a couple of them just sort of hang back, throw spears. Alright, they all have advantage because they attack with pack tactics. Each one is just armed with a spear and just wear some light animal hides for armor. So 3 of them attack Rend. Oh, whoops, they're on Whisper. The first attack is an 18 Rend, and it hits you for 2 piercing damage.
Alright.
The second attack is a crit, and hits you for 4 piercing damage with your resistance. And third attack is 17, hits you for 3 piercing damage. The 1, 2, 3, 5 surrounding Roderick all attack him. And only one of them hit you for 5 piercing damage.
Right.
2 more throw spears at you, Roderick. Still with advantage, and due to cover, they miss you.
Yep.
Alright, these 2 attack Than with advantage. And Than, you're hit for 14 piercing damage. This one attacks Norin with advantage. And Norin, you're hit for 2 piercing damage. 2 more here attack Norin. They are just so fierce, and there's so many spears coming at you guys at once. It's hard to dodge all these attacks. One of them hits you for 5 piercing damage, Norin. And this one attacks Than. And that hits you for 3 piercing damage. And this one attacks Ander. And Ander, that misses you. They all start growling, heads up in the air, and you notice that they've sharpened their teeth into spikes, so they almost look like these humanoid tigers. Roderick.
So, I have a dilemma. I have this bag of beans that could do something.
Okay.
What do you guys think of
Well, I
that?
think you have to actually plant it and water it, don't you?
I don't think he's
Is it-
talking about planting him.
You can also just dump them out and cause an
Yeah.
explosion. So
Let's see. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me see how far I am.
Oh yeah, it's 1 minute otherwise. Yeah, it's 5d4 damage. Yeah, it's... I'll just shillelagh and start smacking away the guy on my left between me and Than.
yeah, we got to get rid of the numbers.
That's a miss.
1.
That's another miss.
They attack with advantage.
They do.
Yeah, they're
That's
using
not
pack
reckless,
tactics.
right?
This is the
Wow.
only one that was reckless. This guy.
Oh,
And that misses. They just
Yeah.
they just use their arms to block your attacks. Man,
Well, I don't have a choice. I'm gonna release the doves. No choice.
hey.
Release the Kraken. Doves.
All right, when you cast Spirit Guardians, they start growling so very aggressively, and they pretty much get the attention of every single warrior here. They start like cursing you, roaring aggressively. Asgard barbarians are known for hating magic.
Great. I don't think they liked me very much in the beginning since they've already done 24 damage, so got nothing to lose at this point.
Yeah, well, they're all going to turn their attacks on you pretty much.
And
How would Rope Trick work with that? Does the attacks and spells can't pass across the barrier prevent the aura thing?
The spell
Yeah. Takes spell.
pass
Can't cross
through
through
the
the
barrier.
entrance. Oh, yeah. Yep.
Alright, so all the spiritual doves start flying around you, Than, and this angers the tribal warriors. And
Okay, I am going to tell Ka to bite the one in front of me. This one.
That's a hit, and they just scream. Ah! Dead.
Then I'm gonna move over here. As a bonus action, I'm gonna Hunter's Mark the big guy. And swing with the rapier. I'm assuming I have advantage on this hit.
You do. He's leaving himself wide open. That hits. Alright, you stab straight into him, and he just roars. Even as this lethal wound hits him, he's just shrugging off the injuries.
Okay, that's my turn.
Alright, the shaman starts clapping and pulls out this charcoal, starts rubbing it on her face to give her the appearance of tiger stripes. Of body also sort of planted red with blood. Actually looks probably very similar to that token. But she's actually literally like a red tiger in appearance. And she's just calling out in this unknown language. And she's going to cast a spell.
Cheaters! You have a mage among you. Hypocrites.
You could make a history check to try and understand why they don't attack the shaman. And yeah, she's just going to double check. She's gonna do here. Okay. Yeah, Roderick, you've got no idea. She moves here, and a heap of purple crackling energy starts to surround her. She casts a spell, and it's like tigers running through this energy, their mouths crackling with this necrotic lightning. She casts Spirit Guardians.
Oh, hell no.
But it comes out looking thoroughly evil. She stops on the edge of Fan's Spirit Guardians. That's the end of her turn. Rand.
Alright, so kill that dude first or attack that one. I'm still reckless attack.
Okay.
I like how he just kill that one first.
That's a hit. Yeah, you just cut them down like you're way bigger and way more powerful than these barbarians.
Alright. Then this one next.
And that's another hit. And you only sort of glance at tribal warrior and he still lives.
That bastard. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and finish him off with my last attack. Since I got a free one for killing that other dude.
And that hits. And you just slice him in two.
Alright, that's it.
Alright, the son of the leader makes a wisdom save. And what was that damage roll that you did there? And alright, he succeeds and takes 7 radiant damage, and he roars and he recklessly attacks you.
This will be a regular attack then.
Yep. And he hits you for 5 slashing damage then. And is he resistant to that as well?
Yeah,
Okay.
he gets resistance.
Alright. You feel this like supernatural force just sort of holding him back, and you're only hit for 2 slashing damage then. The leader, he makes a wisdom save and then enroll the Spirit Guardians again then.
Sorry, wrong one.
Alright, he roars as the doves are just sort of churning him away, and he does not seem resistant to that damage. And with pack tactics, he attacks you, Than. Also a regular attack, and he misses you completely. Ends his turn.
I
there.
just looked back through it. It's actually not resistance with the unwavering mark. It's the warding maneuver that gives resistance.
Alright, well, an extra 3 damage on you then, Than. You thank Norin for that extra 3 damage. Norin, you're up.
So I'm guessing this is a tree here. It would just be
It's a bush. Difficult terrain, yeah.
difficult terrain
You
to
can
get
move
through.
into it, yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to bonus action hidden step to go invisible. Then 10, 20, and I can't get through the
I'll remove the dynamic lighting because it's just
dynamic lighting. Right?
being a bit annoying, really.
Let's see. I start 10, 20, 30. Just staying on the outside of this aura. And
You would.
would I be in it right there?
Yeah, it's 15 feet.
Okay, then I'll.
It's not actually a radius,
Right
this
there,
one too, so it's like 15 feet in any direction. But yeah, you're
Okay,
safe
gotcha.
there.
All right. And while I'm invisible, I will chunk the trident that I have in my hand at the shaman.
Nice.
Crit. Alright, the trident comes out of nowhere, and as you become visible, the shaman starts like growling and pointing at you. He does maintain concentration. He snarls, points at you with these like long clawed fingers.
Then I will use my item interaction to take out a javelin and chunk a javelin at her. Let's go with one of the ones from the ogres.
And that hits the shaman. She still maintains concentration, just grabs the weeping wound. Swirling her hands around together.
Alright, save my bonus action, movement, and item interaction. Man, it sucks that I can't pull out more than one javelin. Alright, that's my turn.
Alright, there are 11 tribal warriors that start their turn in Spirit Guardian, so roll it up then. Alright, it's just one. It's not 15 rolls, it's just one roll per turn. Alright, 15 radiant damage. And sorry, what's your DC?
15.
Okay.
Wow.
Damn. Wise beyond their years.
Alright, all the ones that fail are completely incinerated. So I'll just move them over. So this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Alright, they are all just completely obliterated by the Spirit Guardians. Their flesh just starts to bubble and turn red and sort of pop, and they just collapse to the ground with their eyeballs bleeding. And the ones that resist, they're still left very badly injured. They look sickly, close to death.
Save some for me.
And they all collapse to the ground, dropping their spears and whatnot. And they just all start growling at you, Than, and they move in to attack you. Actually, none of them will move. Alright, these three will attack you, Than, with advantage from pack tactics. The first one hits you for 5 piercing damage. Alright, you maintain concentration. Second one attacks you and misses you. The third one attacks you and hits you for 5 piercing damage. This one will throw a spear at you and it'll be a regular attack because it's next to Roderick. The spear misses. This one will actually move using 30 feet of movement. Will move here and attack you, Than. And crit you for 8 piercing damage. Alright, you maintain concentration, and this final one will move 10, 20, 5 feet over here and throw a spear at you, Than, with advantage. And miss. The one next to you, Rend, will swing at you. And miss. And then these two that are outside the Spirit Guardians, they also throw spears at Than. First spear misses. Second spear misses. And that's it for the Tribal Warriors. They just keep on savagely fighting, regardless of loss of numbers. Roderick.
We'll try again at that guy. Actually, I'll put a... Let's do this bonus section. I'm going to put Shield of Faith on Than. And then I will...
You get the same sort of reaction when you cast the spell too, Roderick.
Perfect.
And that hits, you just whack the quarterstaff over the Tribal Warrior's head, killing it instantly.
I'll step up and go for this one.
And that hits, jamming the quarterstaff straight into his neck. He chokes and dies.
And step up again. There we go.
Damn.
I think I'll just dodge for now.
Okay.
And that's it, I think.
And
Alright. Kai's not going to attack turn. So I'm going to swing with the rapier. This guy with advantage.
Alright, you need to make a wisdom save first for the Spirit Guardians. Alright, you fail the save, and what was that damage? I think it was like 18. Double check. Yeah, you take 18 points of necrotic damage at the start of your turn.
Jesus.
Alright, you lose your concentration.
Alright, I'll recast it as a bonus action before I swing back.
Okay. Alright, you cast it again, and then you hit the shaman's son. And you stab him again. Such a fierce wound, and you can tell he's in a bad shape, but he just sort of tries not to show any weakness or injuries.
I'll attack again.
That hits. And you just jump up and stab the rapier straight through his neck. And he falls to the ground dead.
And Kai is going to move.
Oh, Car also needs to make a wisdom save.
She in the...
Oh, where is she? Is she underneath?
Right there.
Oh, sorry. I didn't see. Yes, she's fine.
Alright.
She's fine for
Kai is going to move over here and dodge because I didn't command her, so she dodges automatically.
Okay. All right, the shaman is still just calling out in this unknown language, and she has this sort of little bundle, this sacred bundle in her hand, and it looks like it's just some tufts of tiger fur mixed in with some tiger teeth, and she sort of claps it in her hand and shakes it above her head like a pair of maracas, and then she holds it up above her head. And it starts like raining tiger fangs, and she sort of sticks it into the, sort of hits it in the ground, and that's when it rains tiger fangs. And Alright, Cordon of Arrows is what she's casting. So I'll post the spell. So basically she puts the ammunition, which is her tiger fangs, in the ground, and she lays magic upon them. So until the spell ends, which is 8 hours, whenever a creature other than her comes within 30 feet or ends its turn there, one piece of ammunition flies up to strike it. You have to make a dex save or take piercing damage. The ammo is then destroyed. He designates all of her allies to be immune to that area. So pretty much tiger fangs are going to start shooting down against anyone who comes within 30 feet of her or ends their turn within 30 feet of her. And that's...
and we know that as a character?
Yep, it's pretty much just raining down tiger fangs, like in a 30-foot radius around her, shooting down from the sky. And she's then also actually going to move... Norin and are still in the Spirit Guardians there. Rend.
Alright, staying reckless. Attacking that guy in front of me.
That is a hit. And you cut down the tribal warrior. Once.
Alright. So...
There's about 8 corpses just surrounding you, dead barbarians.
So now, right here, kill this dude, or attack that dude that's left.
Kill.
Alright, I think you enter within the cordon of arrows. Alright, you have to make a dex save. You have advantage because you can see the tiger fangs shooting down on you. Alright, you take 0 damage on a success. So a tiger fang just shoots on by you. And that hits the next tribal warrior. And you just leave the warrior straight into...
Let's see, I've got 10 more. Can I leap over the fire to this guy?
Yeah, you're strong enough to do that. You'll need...
All right,
if you end your turn in that fire, though, you will take damage. And that fire's square. Takes up a 4-foot square. Sorry, 10-foot square.
Yeah, that's fine. Alright.
That's another hit.
It's dead.
And that's another dead tribal warrior.
Yeah, I don't think I've got any more movement, so I'll just have to eat the flame.
Alright, make a dexterity save.
Alright.
Alright, you avoid getting burnt by the fire.
Okay. And that's it.
Alright, the leader roars and makes a wisdom saving throw for the Spirit Guardians. And fails. And then we'll move here, provoking an attack from Roderick. Because he comes in at Ander. And you can roll that Spirit Guardian's damage then. And then he's going to...
I lost my character sheet, honestly.
He's going to recklessly attack you, Ander. He's raging after he saw you fell his son. And
Oh, that was your son?
he hit you for 15 slashing damage.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
And then he'll
You
end
need to
his,
shave more.
end his turn there.
Shit.
Lose concentration.
It was the insult, not the attack.
Yeah, he just sort of shrugs off the Spirit Guardians, although he does take 13 damage. Alright, Norin, it's a wisdom save for you, my friend. You make the saving throw and you take 6 necrotic damage.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna get in her face.
Alright, that'll be 30 feet of movement.
That's 30 feet.
Yeah, 20 through the bush, and then another 10 to get there.
Okay. I'm going to take out, with my interact with objects, I'm going to take out... I'm going to take out my sword. I haven't used it in a while. Well, no, she has the trident sticking out of her. I'm just going to, like, grab the trident from her.
Okay.
And then re-stab her with it if I can.
All right, that is a miss.
Yep, okay, we'll try again. Oh!
That is a miss. She sort of just ducks underneath, sort of doing this mesmerizing dance as she dodges.
Alright, well, then let's do an action surge, because this is ridiculous. I can't roll another 2, right?
That hits her. Alright, you slash her with the trident, and her blood runs thick over her tribal makeup, and she sort of jumps back as the spectral tigers that surround her fade.
Alright, and let's, I'll go ahead and put the unwavering mark on her just in case. And then I will attack one more time.
Right.
Boom.
And you just jam the trident straight through her neck, killing her instantly.
Nice. And that's my turn.
Make a dex save at the end of your turn for the flying tiger fangs. They're still raining down. One of them hits you for 2 piercing damage. Alright, there's just a single tribal warrior that starts its turn, the Spirit Guardians, and it just gets dissolved. Schmelted. Absolutely schmelted.
Isn't this one technically in it?
Nope. 15 feet. That tribal warrior is 20 feet away.
All right.
These tribal warriors, they just both attack you, Than. And they have a regular attack because you're dodging. Throw spears at you. First spear misses. Second spear misses. Roderick.
Alright.
Oh yeah, there's one more. One more's gonna throw a spear at there. Oh, okay. That one hits you, Than.
He's got +2 armor, is that still?
For 7. Actually, that would just miss, actually. Just miss because of cover.
Oh.
That would give him 22 AC. That just misses you. Alright, Roderick.
Cool. I'm gonna healing word, Fan. Because I'm a good cleric. Actually, no, just because I can't do more when people are dead. Otherwise, I'd wait till you're down.
Your
And
words fall on deaf ears, my friend. But
then
thank
I'm
you for
gonna
the
step
heal.
up and go for that guy. Right.
That hits him, and he does resist the attack as he's roaring in a rage. You hit him again, and you whack him clean over the face, and he just barely flinches.
They're yeah, they resist magic weapons as well.
Yeah, it's like a barbarian's rage. Or it is a barbarian's rage. Then
I'm going to stab this guy. Risking it. Short sword stab.
alright, you have advantage. That hits him.
Ooh.
Alright, you stab him straight in the side and he just continues to roar even with all of these vicious wounds inflicted upon him.
Okay. And I'm going to bonus action disengage and head down to here. Put those two in the radius. And to keep him in the radius and end my turn. Oops. End my turn.
And
Okay. I will recast again Hunter's Mark
okay.
on this guy. And swing.
And you hit him. Alright, the actual rapier is not very effective, or he doesn't feel it too much, but the magical energy from the Hunter's Mark does sort of inflict him a the full damage.
Okay, I swing again.
And that's another hit. Alright, you stab him again, like, just straight in his torso. And you don't know how this guy's still standing. He's just crying out in a bloody rage. Should have been dead like 3 stabs ago.
And I'll end my turn, and Kaz continues to dodge.
Okay. Shaman is dead. Rend. Oh yes, also I forgot Than and both have to roll a dexterity save, because there's a couple more. There are just 2 more fangs that fly down. Andy, you dodge. And then
Do I have to as well? I saying that.
like the most underwhelming spell ever. I will just leave it. It was actually Roderick first. Alright, Roderick, you make a save. It wasn't supposed to be Ender. You guys just dodge. They just the most inaccurate raining fangs you've ever seen.
And it sounds.
Alrighty, Rand. You're up.
Alright, staying reckless and attacking that dude.
That misses him.
Alright, try again.
That hits him. And you just take a good swing with that axe and you cleave his head straight off.
Nice.
And the head is still roaring as it rolls along the ground.
Alright, 5, 10, 20. So then move down here. I'll attack this guy. My last attack.
That hits. And he is just slashed to the ground, dead.
Alright. That ends my turn.
Norin.
See if we can end this. Step up with the trident.
That's a crit.
It's
Yeah,
your
you
crit
just
day.
lift him off the air with the trident, just sort of impale him on a spike.
Loring is having a crit day.
The trident, it's redeemed itself.
I'll move over here, and I'm pretty sure he'll have cover, but I'll go ahead and chunk the trident at this last guy.
And that hits him. And you just, the central tip of the trident hits him between the nose, and the other 2 tips of the trident just hit him through his eye sockets. He falls onto the ground dead.
Nice.
As the spirit guardians also just melt his flesh. They're all dead. It appears that the barbarians had actually taken some interest in you and had been sort of tracking you guys for the entire day, waited till night to ambush you all.
Kick one of the bodies, stupid asses. Start searching them.
Alrighty, you go through their stuff and they're just covered with blood, probably elk blood, and they've used charcoal from a campfire to paint these stripes on them. They wear some filthy animal hides ridden with lice, and their spears are quite expertly crafted, sharpened sticks, and the great axes that the leader wears, wielded, and his son. They are both they're both made from bronze, and they're the only thing that resemble anything remotely of value on any of the corpses. 2 great axes.
That's the most unsuccessful raiders I've ever met.
Yeah.
Well-
You know, I used to think all barbarians were the same, but
Must have been their first go at a raid, and they failed horribly.
I think they just picked the wrong people to try to raid.
Yeah, most people in the north are pretty frightened of Uthgard barbarians, but they did pick the wrong people to mess with. Alright, it's still raining, and with that, you guys continue your rest. So everyone take a long rest. And the next day, you guys wake up and get back on the road and continue your journey. Before noon the next day, you guys arrive at Amphail. So as you guys are heading there, you're just sort of talking to each other about Amphail at some point in your journey this morning. A collection of things you may know about the town, your characters may know about the town, what you've heard in taverns and whatnot, read in books. It lies north of Waterdeep on the Long Road. The town is named after one of Waterdeep's early warlords, who is said to haunt the surrounding hills in spirit form, frightening away monsters. Horses are bred and trained here. Rich Waterdavians maintain secluded estates in the hills, and farmland is plentiful. There are stands of dark duskwood and spruce trees everywhere. You guys head to this quite a small town, and there seems to be a festive spirit. There are colourful banners hanging up in the streets, and you sort of come into this. It's a very small town. It's just probably got a few thousand people, and in one corner of the town square stands the great Shallan. It's a black stone statue of a famous war stallion bred in Amphail long ago. The horse is painted in bright colours today. There's only just a few licks of black visible. There are pinks and purples and blues. Festive colours. Bright colours. And you see some high-spirited locals actually painting some artwork on the statue as children are playing around or even clinging perilously high to the tilted saddle, waving their arms, commanding imaginary armies into battle. There is some sort of festival happening in the town today, because you can see within spitting distance of the statue the stag-horned flagon, the tavern that you guys are headed to. And there is a large banquet table set up in the middle of the town of an outside celebration. You can see nobles of Amphail just celebrating. You can see fine foods. Everyone in town seems to be invited. Massive table set up, ales, foods, pig on a spit, and people are dancing as people are making merry. Song fills the streets. Quite high spirited as you guys enter here, and you guys are heading to meet with Aliosa, the proprietor of the stag-horned flagon. So, is that where you guys want to go, or you want to sort of check out the festival first?
Yeah, I would say we can just go ahead and head to the flagon. We can ask our contact what's going on.
Okay. What's going on with my mouse here? It's like spazzing out. My mouse seems to be spazzing out for some reason. I can't click on... I think it's Roll20. I can't click on stuff. 1 second. I'll move on over to the tavern map for you guys. Oh, it's still doing that. I might have to reload my page. We'll take a 10-minute break now. May as well take it now. And then I'll reload my page in that and put you guys in the tavern. I'll see you guys back soon.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Thing.
How's people doing?
Good.
Good.
Good. We got food.
Back.
Okay. So, you guys have arrived at Amphale here, and just cross off like 2 gold to like resupply on food and stable the horses and whatnot. Presume that every time you guys stop in a town, you're restocking, resupplying, getting the horses, shoes refitted and whatnot. So over here, like, this is the banquet. There are a number of like nobles. They seem to be celebrating someone's birthday. In fact, you know exactly who it is because there is a massive banner proclaiming that today is Thailander Roaring Horn's 63rd birthday. And yeah, you pretty much could not come into Amphale without knowing this. There are banners everywhere proclaiming this, and people are celebrating. And so they've got like this area set up in the town square, but there are also like a heap of pavilions and tents sort of spreading out throughout the city. And there is the tavern here. And you've just sort of walked in to meet with Aliosa Starnhedge, this lady. She's got fiery red hair, and from what Miros told you, she was like an older lady, but she seems to be quite young, attractive, and she has this sort of mysticism about her. She smiles with this sort of energy that radiates from her. So I'll just pull up Miros's quest again for you guys. So you're just here to give your regards to Aliosa. And there are a couple of stag heads sort of on mantles out the front of the tavern. Just a wooden sign with staghorn flagon just lazily painted on it. And she sort of greets you all. There's also another massive pair of antlers sort of hanging up in the tavern, and it's a 2-story building with a tap room downstairs and rooms upstairs. Aliosa greets you all with a smile. Howdy. Welcome to my inn. Well,
Hello.
I'm surprised people are still coming to try and get rooms at this time. Do you realize that it's Sir Roaring Horn's 63rd birthday today? That's what you're here for,
Well,
are you not?
Well, not exactly. We actually came here to see you.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie, I've wooed a few adventurers in my time, but I'm not about that life anymore.
We are just bringing well wishes from Miros over in Goldenfields.
Y'all know Miros? Well, should have said so sooner. Well, I guess it was pretty soon. Well, I'll get you all a round of drinks in that case. Perhaps I could muster up a room or two. Please.
Excellent.
And she pours you all drinks and sort of just takes you around to a table over in the eastern section of the tavern. It's pretty sparsely decorated, just a few paintings on the wall of stags and some hunters. There's enough seats for everyone. She puts a couple of tables together and she just pulls a table out of nowhere. Bam.
Oh, that is a good party trick.
Alright, so yeah, she just buys you guys a round of drinks, and there's not anyone in the tavern because everyone's out enjoying the festivities, and it's like free drink and food out in the town square anyway. So she's having a pretty easy day, and you guys just make some small talk. I mean, you're just here to sort of send some regards from Miros, and she sort of just tells you again. So Miros told you that we work together then? Did he tell you the nature of what sort of work we were doing?
Well, he did mention a traveling the circus performing troupe of some kind.
Yes, a carnival troupe. That was many, many years ago. We all have our quirks. Some of them allow us to, well, excel in combat, such as yourselves, or entertainment, like Miros, the Yeti. It's no secret. I've captivated a few adventurers in my day. I am not what you would expect. My specialty is enchanting and illusions. You see, I was born in a wild magic zone. I've always had an innate ability to transform myself. It's quite a blessing, really. I never have to age a day. You all seem kind enough. Well, I'm guessing Miros sent you here because you're trying to do some good in this world and you need some help, right?
Yeah, they were attacked by a bunch of giants.
Oh. That sounds nasty. Well, if you're fighting them big old things, you need some help, that's for sure. I mean, you can tackle them head on, but, well, I don't know about all manner of giants, but from what I've seen, squash a man with just a single step.
They are powerful.
Well,
They have an endless supply of goblins.
Yeah, that too.
oh my. Well, I've got one last trick left up my sleeve. You see, we had a friend, Miros and I. His name was Kelta Dardragon. He was a bit of an acrobat, you see, and, well, he suffered a fateful incident. He fell, broke his neck, died instantly. It was quite sad. Oh, no. He always radiated this well-being. He was the friendliest halfling you could have ever met. And I really think his demeanor has sort of, well, extended itself to myself. We always wanted to keep him with us, Miros and I. So we had a special ring crafted to bind us all together. You see, I would hold the ring, and I would use it on Miros sometimes. You see, I don't know if you saw this side of him, but he got a bit of a temper.
Yeah.
We saw.
Yeah, so I got this ring crafted originally just to calm him down. And then we would joke about it. And we just thought we were the perfect triangle. My enchantingness, his anger, and then Kelta's goodwill. We would sort of balance each other out and whatnot. Anyway, long story short, I was able to have Keltar's soul trapped within this ring. And I take him wherever I go. But I think it's always time to say goodbye. We can't live forever. Sometimes it's not best to dwell on the past, and I think it's best that I let go of him now. But I'm sure he'll be happy to help someone one last time, someone who wants to do better for this world. So, I gift you this ring. And it's a ring of animal influence. You'd use on Miros. Cast animal friendship on him.
That's funny.
But before she gives you the ring, she actually goes over and like puts the ring away, like in a separate room, and then comes back, strangely. Now, with this ring, it has a special property. I've never found the need to do so myself. But if you whisper his name, Keltar Dardragon into the ring, well, his soul will be released, and he'll help you one last time.
What kind of help are we talking here?
Well, he's always been friendly. He'll bring out spirits and, well, he'll tell you one thing. One helpful thing. But once you've called his spirit away from the ring, that'll be it. He'll finally be able to move on. He'll vanish forever once he's imparted his information. You wave goodbye to him as well. I've already said my goodbyes myself.
And will the ring continue to work after that happens?
Oh yes, you can attain Miros anytime you need to.
Okay.
Well, good to know, and thank you.
And his name is, what's his name? Keltar what?
Keltar Dardragon. I'll type that on the. I'll edit the ring and hand out for you guys. So you whisper his name, Keltar Dardragon, into the ring. He will appear and provide assistance.
And the assistance that he can provide is information?
He'll tell you one thing.
Is it something he had to have known while he was alive?
No, but it could be limited if it's like a thing like that may be magically warded, like I don't know, the location of a dragon's hoard, for example. We may not know that, but if it's something that
So it works similar to a legend lore spell.
it's no, well, it does. I mean, in a sense, but legend lore is like a information about a legendary creature or person. This is more like a what would it be? Not like a
General information.
yeah, not like a similar to a augury. Let me just I'll pull up a similar spell. It would be similar to a I gotta figure
Divine
out.
intervention?
Not divine intervention, divination.
Commune?
A divination spell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like a commune. So yeah, you can sort of ask one thing, like location or something, and yeah, you get a reply.
Well, and they will definitely want that ring.
No objections here.
Who else wants it?
I don't want it, so I'm good with that.
Yeah.
If anybody else wants it, just roll. I think you can roll it off.
I can already do most of that.
Alright, goes to and
Just in case
Sweet.
car gets out of hand.
Yes. That's my insurance policy. No, I just want it just so I can finally be friends with Ka.
Instead of the master-servant relationship that you got going on right now.
Yeah.
well, I hope it serves you well. Plan to stick around for a bit?
Yeah, it seems like a nice festival, unless you guys are in a hurry.
Oh yes, if you're hungry. It's free food.
That's the
Sounds
best price.
Everyone's
We're not going to
invited.
get very much further today anyway. Might as well party a little bit.
Well, Thailander himself is going to thank the entire crowd soon. You see, some of the amphibians here, they think that Thailander's birthday banquet is just a blatant attempt by the noble to warm the heart before he takes over as Lord Warder when Lord Ilzimer's tenure is concluded. I don't want to bore you with the politics of Amphail, but, well, ignore any of that. Go and help yourselves to the feed. They've got a pig on a spit and all sorts of delicious things. As soon as I'm done here, I'm going to pack up for the day and, well, join y'all.
Sounds good.
Good.
Yep.
You can already smell the scent of the roasted hog, grilled corn, quite tantalizing. And you see some servants pavilions and tents set up around the area. There are shops nearby and warehouses that are closed. And you can see this big square platform that's set up where Thailander Roaring Horn is going to make his speech. You can see just a heap of nobles, and you believe this is Thailander Roaring Horn, this very finely dressed noble sitting at the head of the table, accompanied with this sort of graying old man who you believe would be the former, or the soon to step down sort of Lord of Amphale. They don't really have anything much to say to you guys. They're just sort of snobbish nobles that just think that they're better than you guys pretty much.
Yeah.
There's a fire ganassi who's like sort of turning this pig on the spit, and she's sort of closer to the fire than anyone would sort of comfortably stand, but it doesn't really seem to bother her. And there's a heap of fresh steaks that she's just sort of throwing on this barbecue.
Get some food from them.
And Than, Roderick, and Ander, you want to join them?
Yep. Yes.
Go and join the
Roaring
festivities. This is the
Hanging
town
out with the fire
square.
ganassi.
There is some bards about singing and dancing. And
Oh, yeah.
the fire ganassi just sort of smiles at you all. It's close to serving.
Oh, it looks very good.
Yes.
Skin looks crispy.
Highlander Roaring Horn. He has put on this feast for everyone. Isn't he so kind? Free food and free ale. I think he's a kind man, and I hear that he's soon to be the new lord. It's good in my books.
Yeah, I hear that as well.
Alright, as you guys just continuing on, it becomes later in the day, and there are stalls set up. It's a festival, you guys get to relax. Then you should be long rested, and just relaxing for a little bit, taking your mind off things and having a good old time. But the mood changes. People start screaming, and you guys just feel this.
Oh no, not again.
The ground starts to shake. You can see it starts with some of your ale or wine glasses. A little ripple appears, and you feel this sort of distant tremor. The music sort of cuts out, and people start to look around. Thailander just sort of lets out this laughter. Oh, don't worry. Just a minor tremor. Why has the music stopped? Why has it stopped? Keep going. And then you hear a couple of screams. And then 3 hill giants just come running in.
Yep.
From behind some buildings. 3 male hill giants wearing loincloths. Just carrying some clubs in their hands. They seem to be drawn here by the scent of the hogs. And people start to scream, "Giants!" And we're going to roll initiative. They just look like pretty run-of-the-mill hill giants. They're just wielding these massive tree branch clubs, a loincloth around their waist, a sack slung over their shoulder, and not armored really at all. And they're just sort of breaking the cobblestone floor underfoot as they run. Now I'm going to roll you guys into initiative. All of the festival goers will all go on the same initiative count. And I'll just tell you guys how they react when their turn comes around. And did I miss anyone?
Rend.
Where are you, Rend? Over there. I thought you were one of the nobles. Okay.
He is pretty noble.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, so yeah, before anyone really reacts, like people like Thailander has tried to sort of just reassure everyone that nothing bad is happening, and they all seem to sort of respect his call, but then as soon as the giants are spotted as they run in, sort of just knocking down some pavilions, like children just start screaming and crying and running, and some elderly people start to move away, and there is also 3 members of the town guard near you guys as well, actually, these guys, so they will also join initiative. There are some guards here. What's going on with these guards? For some reason they're not going in the turn order. There we go.
Scared.
Okay, the fight's all set up. 3 male hill giants, and you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna mount on Ka. And as a bonus action, I'm going to command her to dash forward. Here.
As you dash
Sorry.
forward, the hill giants look at each other with glee. Oh, stuff!
Oh shit. Oh, well. I'm gonna swing with the rapier twice.
That hits. And you stab the hill giant in the foot. Oh, stop me!
Let's try again.
That hits. The other giant yells. One of the other giants yell at him, "Hey, no, you play with your food!" Ah! He starts jumping up and down, grabbing his foot as he's just stood on like a massive thorn. His toe is bleeding. Ah! And as he jumps, like the whole ground, the area around him is just shaking.
Oh, that's my turn.
And
I think I'm gonna ask Ander. How do you say flea in giant? Or sorry, not Ander. Norin. How do you say flea in giant?
And
I'm
I
gonna
would tell him.
I'm gonna command this one to flee.
how does he say it, Norin? Tell us. No, I'm joking. All right.
I don't know. How
Wait,
actually-
what type of flea? Like FLEA? No, I'm joking. Which one?
Norton's not that dumb.
This one? Sorry.
Yeah, the
Okay.
one over by down bottom.
You tell him to flee, and
Yeah.
he just looks at you, and he looks around, and then he sort of looks over his shoulder, and he'll flee.
Great, and I will bonus action. I don't really need to do anything else. That's good.
All right, the guards start looking around at everyone, and then they look at the hill giants. Emergency! Run for your lives! And they don't stand and fight; they just run.
Okay.
And they do usher people away. The giants guard some of the nobles, and they start ushering children and some of the town folk. Lord Roaringhorn, it is time for us to go to safety. And they grab the maidens, and some of the elderly nobles are sort of shambling along, as well as children as well, and they pretty much just all start to run away. Guards guard them to safety. Norin.
All right. I'll get to there, and then I'm going to chuck a javelin at this one.
That hits him. Alright, the javelin just sticks straight into him. Ah! He roars in pain.
All right, and then I'll use my interact with objects to take out another javelin and throw another one at him.
And that's a hit. He's a very easy target. The javelin just sticks straight into him. He cries in pain once more.
And that's my turn.
Ren.
Oops. Alright. Run here. Attack this guy. Actually, I'm in a rage. Reckless attack.
Okay. And you hit. Alright, you hit him in the leg, and he just sort of cries a little bit, "Ah!" and he yells out in giant, "Why you do that?"
He says, "Do it again."
Alright, attack again.
That hits. And you stab him sort of in the leg with the axe, just sort of pushing it forward, and try to run it along his Achilles heel to drop him, but he just sort of jumps up and down. "Oh! Help!" He starts yelling out.
Alright, and...
He's
alright,
like
so
yelling
that's
out to
it.
the guards. "Help! Help me!" Roderick.
Alright, how far away are they? Get there?
About that far.
Yeah, about that far. I'll shillelagh and just start trying to kneecap this guy.
Alrighty, your first attack hits him, and you try to kneecap him, but you can't reach much past his ankle, so you just hit him in the ankle, and you hit him again, and you just like see his ankle just swell up and his broken foot. "Ah!" He cries out
A
again.
dread ambusher on there.
Alright, you bring the quarterstaff to the ground again. You can just hear bones snapping on his shin. Alright, this hill giant yells out as well. "Hey! Help us!" Yelling to the guards. And he looks quite panicked. "Why you do this? Are we just hungry?" Yelling out in giant. And he actually provokes from Ander, Carr, and Roderick. And he runs just over here. 30 feet.
Well, I'm doing this because about like a week ago, all of a sudden, I started to hate giants.
Alright, Roderick, you try to swing, but you miss. His massive footsteps just shuddering the ground. Ander, you hit him with the rapier. And you stab into his leg as he just keeps on hopping up and down. And Carl latches onto his leg as well. Sinks her teeth in deep. And a big welt appears on the giant's leg, but he's still running. He's crying, and he just picks up the hog. Picks up the whole hog.
Oh, hey!
Grabs it with one hand and looks around. And he starts running back, taking the dash action.
Leave that.
You better share that.
He's running off with it, and he provokes from Norin and Than as well.
I don't have a weapon in my hand.
Than, you hit him. And you stab him in the leg, and he's almost dead. He falls down to his knee. And this hill giant looks around. "We must mag!" And he runs from
Mag.
you, Rend. And he provokes from you, Rend.
Alright.
And then he runs off 80 feet, like, to the left of himself. And then he sort of stops. You hit him, Rend, as he moves away. And he looks very angry. "Who tricked me? Who tricked me?" He starts yelling. And he gets, like, just screaming at the top of his lungs. So he's...
Does he still have to make a strength save?
He does. And you do get the extra damage.
Right.
Alright, he doesn't fall prone. And then I'll just write a note on the map to say that he's 70 feet that away. There we go. Alright, this hill giant just runs forward and he comes to this like pavilion or this platform and he just like smashes through it. Like it's nothing, it just bulldozes it and it just is completely destroyed. Too late for you! And he picks up the hog and like throws it to him like they're playing football with it.
Oh, jeez.
puts it under his arm like a football and he starts running off.
It's more like hot potato.
As far as he can go. And he gets about 30 feet off of this map. Put a marker there. And
Well, I'm not gonna let him take away my delicious pork. So, gonna bonus action dash chase after him. I think I can get there. I think.
he's 30 feet off the map. So how much is Car's movement?
30.
So she'll go 60. She wouldn't quite reach him.
Okay, I'll this. Well, actually, she. How far back is she? Like 5 feet? Because she has reach. Can attack reach.
Well, where did you start? Like over here?
Yeah, I started
So
here.
that's
It was
like
35.
80, that's 80 feet. So he's 80 feet away.
Oh. Oh, I see. Damn it. Alright. In that case, I guess he's gone.
Yeah, he
I'm
moves
just
quite
gonna-
quickly.
Yeah, I'm just gonna move over here then and try to finish this one up. Ka's gonna buy him first.
Okay. Alright, car hits and he just smashes onto the ground. What's what am I doing with this thing over here? Yeah, he just smashes straight onto the ground, just putting a big crater in the
Ah, that's what happened.
cobblestone floor.
That's what you get for stealing the pork. And I don't think I can do anything productive.
And
So you're saying that the giant is 30 feet past the border here, right?
yes.
Okay. So that's 70 feet away from me.
100 away from you.
No, I'm at the border. So full movement, 35. As I'm running past Norn, I ask him how to say approach in giant.
I
I'm gonna
told him
command him.
that. I'll tell him that.
I'm gonna bonus action dash, move another 5 feet, so I'm within 60 feet of him, and then command him to approach
Okay.
or attempt to.
And he resists.
Man, he's hungry.
Okay.
He's just running for his life. You can just hear him like breathing very heavily.
Then, geez. I'll end my turn, I guess. That's it.
Alright, the guards continue to just usher people to safety. Norin.
See. All right. Just gonna take one step back, and then a couple steps forward after drawing a javelin and chunk the javelin at the back of this guy's head, just for good measure.
Okay.
This will be at disadvantage because he's too far away.
You
Still
send
within
the
reach.
javelin in a high arc.
Ah, damn it.
Oh yeah.
It just
You
it
hit
hits
that.
the hog. Sticks into the hog's head.
Nice shot.
Of all the times to roll a 1. Well, and there goes that javelin's probably gone forever too.
It's a toothpick for the giant now.
Yeah,
You just gave
pretty
him a
much.
toothpick for
I just
after
gave him
meal.
the toothpick.
You just invented a skewer.
It's like that toothpick in a sandwich. You just gave him a toothpick and a pig.
The giant will probably eat it and die on the by choking on the javelin later.
Well, there's that at least. And I'll use the rest of my movement to kind of move forward a little bit, and that's really all I can do.
Friend.
Yeah, Ren see those two taken way off, so he decides to bolt over here and protect the stakes.
Okay.
Nobody else is getting any of the free meat.
Alrighty. Roderick.
I really don't think I can do anything that far away. There's action to remove a shield. Well, yeah, I'll move up. If I'm gonna go that far, then unequip my shield and we'll get ready for bow next turn.
Alright, this hill giant is very angry and just keeps yelling out, "Who tricked me? Who tricked me?" And his thunderous footsteps, which can be heard for hundreds of feet, start to boom and shake all of the tables and buildings. And he gets 40 feet closer, so he's still 30 feet off of this map. And
Oh, he's moving back.
he's running at you guys. He's very, very angry. And he just sees you, Ren. You do magic! He yells at you. And,
Mighty wizard!
He reaches into his bag and he picks out a rock and he hurls it at disadvantage at you, Ren. And the rock just smashes over you for 11 bludgeoning damage. Bits of rubble roll along the street. And then he looks at Roderick. You! Wizard! With beard!
Exactly.
And I throw a second rock at you, Roderick. Because you've got a beard.
Damn it.
Oh, shit.
And
Oh, damn.
I do not think this is at disadvantage. Nope.
Do
Alright.
you have that like cancel crits thing yet? So
I'm not a priest. Get out of here.
Alright.
That's
No,
not
not
bad.
yet.
The rock just
I'm one
breaks
level
over
away.
you for 32 bludgeoning damage. And the hill giant's still running forward as he's hurling rocks rapidly. The other
Could've
hill
been a lot
giant,
worse.
he just yo, you dumb! Run! And he runs, but he does try to cover his escape.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
Well, I'm not running after him.
Oh no.
He disappears
That-
in a smog cloud.
The-
You know, that's probably the smartest hill giant we've come across. To be honest.
yeah.
And
Ander and Ka are going to move over here. Well, he's still 30 feet away, right?
yeah, he'd
Oh.
be 55 feet away from you.
55? Can I get there if I command Ka to dash?
Yeah, that would give cost. Actually, no, wait. 70, sorry. 70 away from you. Car would be able to, would fall. We'll say Car can get up to him. And he's running towards you as well.
Okay. Bonus action, command Ka to dash. I'll swing twice at him. if I
You
can.
wouldn't be able to, but Car could, because Car's got reach. You would
Okay.
be 10 feet
She
short.
cannot attack, but I will dismount and use my own movement to approach the few feet that I.
Okay. You can just get in range.
Oops. Sorry. Right. So I dismount and I swing.
That hits. Alright, he tries to like grab you and you just stab him straight in the hand. Ah! He just grabs his hand and starts sucking on his thumb.
I swing again, but I guess I miss.
That is a miss. Man.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Wait a minute. I can go 70 feet. Can I reach him?
Yeah. You can reach him easily.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna reach him, and then I'm going to attack.
And that hits him.
Cool.
Alright, you sort of jump up and stab him in the side. And he just, very angry, keeps on yelling out. Ah! Who tricked me? Alright, the guards have pretty much cleared the entire square now, and they've just gone to a nearby warehouse to hole up. Norin.
I'll run 30 feet closer. I'm not actually by him, but I'll run 30 feet closer, take out another javelin, and chunk it at disadvantage because he's just outside of range.
That is a hit.
Nice.
And
Shitty.
javelin still stabs him in the leg. He looks very, very angry, but also very badly injured. Friend.
Alright, so he's way out there. So if I went, it's 40. Oh, jeez. I'll move, I guess, that direction. And so so from here, he's so he's still 60 feet away from me, right?
Yes.
And okay, so if that's the case, then I'm gonna throw one of my hand axes at him.
Okay.
If I'm doing reckless, does that just?
Reckless has to be a melee attack. Doesn't work
Oh,
if you
it's
throw
reckless.
it.
Okay. All right, then. Yeah, I'll just chunk it at disadvantage then and see what happens.
And it hits him.
Oh.
You just hurl it, and it sticks into him. You don't get the rage damage as well, but so it adds into the list of injuries that the hill giant is suffering, and he's almost dead.
And I think that's it for me for this turn.
Roderick.
I'm gonna Hunter's Mark him. And then shoot him. No, I didn't have. And again.
Alright, take a shot with a longbow. Sticks into his neck, that arrow, and it's just bleeding profusely. You fire again, and you just hit him in the eye socket. And he sort of turns his head with the arrow just sort of sticking out the back of his head. Who tricked me? He says one more time, and then he just falls back, smashes into the ground, just breaking open the hole in the ground. All the cobblestones just launch into the air, and the ground shudders once more as the other giant then disappears beyond some hills, beyond some haze. And that's it.
And the pork was delicious. Looked delicious.
I'm gonna retrieve my hand axe.
Well, there goes the roast hog. What a
Well,
shame.
I suppose that's the risk you take when you cook outside in these times.
A couple of hours later, people have returned to the square after it is deemed safe again, and everyone's a bit shaken up. A lot of people have actually just decided to stay in their homes, so there's a substantially less turnout, and not sure if it's because they're scared of the hill giants or they just wanted some hog and now they're pissed off that there's none. But regardless of that, Thailander Roaring Horn wants to know who is responsible for scaring off the hill giants. It's not my men. They were doing their duty, gathering the town folk and getting us all to safety. Whom was responsible for chasing them out of town? Present yourself.
That would be Fan. You told him to leave.
He kind of did.
Fan told him to flee.
You've done well. Not a single member of the town were harmed, though I fear that they didn't mean to do us harm.
Well,
I fear that because our food supply is in jeopardy.
Well, they could have grabbed a plate just like everybody else.
Ha 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 ha. Indeed they could have. Well, they'll at least think twice before coming about and fail again. You've done well. Sit and drink with me. And this old man, who's actually the Lord of Amphail, Dorner Ilzimmer, he sort of smiles. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. None of the horses were hurt. That's the main thing. Do you like horses? As he's sort of shaking, he shakes your hand. It's like almost like shaking a skeleton's hand.
we value horses, yes.
We have a lot of them.
I'm a horseman myself.
Oh, do you go to ride much?
Oh, not these days. You see, I'm about to retire as the Lord Warder of Amvale. I've decided to convert my manor into a stable.
That seems like a good idea.
Yes. The horses are much better conversation than some of the pricks at this table.
Present company excluded, of course.
You've done very well to protect my town. Although we are under the protection of Waterdeep City Guard, their numbers are short. Would you like to take a job?
I don't see why we couldn't take a job. What job are we talking about?
Well, there is a group of fierce creatures that have been attacking Amphale. Kobolds. At least 4 of them. Would that be something that interests you?
Did you say kobolds?
Yes. It's a many-day journey from here.
Huh.
Imagine
So
there are
north?
treasures that could reward you.
Which direction?
Yeah.
You'd have to hunt them yourself. We've only estimated the distance away because of their frequency of attacking. But 4 of them, as fierce as any monster.
I'm sure we can probably track them if you just point us in the right direction.
Not sure. Would this
North,
be...
west, east?
Are you capable of such a venture? You seem to handle the hill giants well.
I don't see why we can't take care of a few kobolds.
Oh, wait.
In good faith.
How much does it pay?
Oh, I can't pay you. But you are free to take the vast treasures in which the kobolds hoard.
Our DM doesn't give us treasures.
What now, old man?
I say we kill these kobolds
There
and
is
take their treasure.
more
all
treasure
of
in
their
this
treasures.
module than any other module that's been written. You guys just
Yeah.
have been finding some creatures. Not everything carries treasures. Like
Loincloths. That's all we get, old man.
that's all that hill giants and barbarians have. They don't have coins
carry a lot
because
of
they
gold
don't.
as well.
They don't
Fucking
go
smelly,
shopping.
stinky loincloth.
Creatures
The kobolds
that
are going
have
to
no
have
use
a
for
dragon
gold.
sword.
So yes, old man, we are looking for treasure.
This ain't RuneScape where you kill a monster and it just drops a
Fucking legendary weapons? No.
I mean, we killed a few frost giants, and one of those gave us a +1 trident. So.
I'm offering you vast
Yes.
4 kobold treasures!
Do you know what
What?
a kobold is?
Describe these beasts to
Are
us.
you trying to tell me that this task is below your pay grade?
No, of course not. If it's to
Oh.
help,
Because I
If it's
have
to help
other
your town-
bounties. I just thought I'd offer
Okay.
you the easy one.
The harder ones might be more worthwhile doing. We are
Well,
looking to help.
my next quest would be to collect some horses. To fill up my stable.
did we walk into a level 1 town?
Then there is also the
Was this the
warehouse.
starting? Is this the starting zone of this campaign?
There is a warehouse. There
'Cause-
seems to be a rat problem.
Just let Tom in there for a bit, and there won't be any sort of rat problems ever again.
I see you're seasoned adventurers. How would you like to put a stop to the hill giants?
That sounds like something we would do.
Yeah.
Oh, it says here that you're not high enough level for this quest.
Well, it says
You
here.
know
that
what?
we've
You
got
had me
2
at
weapons
Cobalt.
of giant slaying.
You had me at kobolds. I'm happy with kobolds.
It was 4 of them.
There was 4 of them, so perhaps there's many, many more.
Well,
I mean, we could get Rend a new name.
you can tell that this
and a giant.
this man is like a little bit
Delusional.
senile. Oh, well, those giants. I think they were storm giants. The way they
Ooh,
came into this place. They stormed in here.
did they attack from the sky?
No, they grabbed the food. They stormed in here.
Oh
Those
man.
were probably hill giants, like the ones that just were here.
Oh, is that
Yeah.
what you call them? Yes,
Hill giants.
I've been speaking to some of my contacts in the Lord's Alliance in Waterdeep. I've been working with Vajrasaphir, the Black Staff. I could find the location of the Hill Giants' lair for you.
That would be excellent.
We do have a legendary giant killer in our group. So maybe finding the location of the hill giants.
We also have Ander.
I am the legendary.
I was thinking of that.
Oh,
Oh, whoops.
oh,
Sorry, I thought.
in
What, you
that
didn't
case,
believe me before? That I kill a giant by
Translate.
myself at level 1?
I
Didn't
thought
believe
it was Ander Rat Slayer. Forgive me.
Rat Slayer.
If I'd known you were
Huh?
a giant slayer, I would have
News
offered
usually
you
travels
this.
quite fast. I'm surprised you haven't heard of Ander, the giant slayer.
What?
I think he just can't hear. That's the problem.
I'm gonna ask the man sitting beside me. So, are there really kobolds that need to be killed, or what's going on with that?
Ah, yes, yes. There have been a few bandits, pesky bandits and monsters that have frequently plagued our fair city of Amphale here. The Lord Warder has always been hiring adventurers, but I saw the way you handled yourself with the hill giants, and, well, those giants, they seem to be quite aggressive, and now that they know of the food that could be procured here, I believe that they may be back. I think it would be in all of our best interests if someone would put a stop to them. Nip them in the butt.
I suppose that's true.
Isn't that right, Dorna? Dorna? Dorna?
What's going on?
I think he's asleep. And you see
Oh,
Dorna
talking about
there,
the old
just,
man.
yeah, he's just
Incentive.
laid back in his
Medicine
chair. Make a
Is he
medicine
asleep or-
check there.
Or dead.
Oh god.
He died of old age.
Oh shit.
Jeez.
I've
Well,
got some.
He's just like
news.
sitting in the chair, like just not moving anymore.
I'm afraid the old man has passed.
Alright, this causes a lot of commotion. People are gasping. And
I mean, surely it's not a surprise. I mean, look at them.
there is Thailander just sort of calls, get the cleric! And the festival is pretty much like comes to a standstill now, and it's shut down. And the clerics take him away, and the mood is sort of killed. But later that night, Thailander Roaring Horn, the one whose birthday it is, he pretty much defaults to becoming the Lord Warder now. Ha. Well, I didn't expect my promotion to be so soon. Well, as Dorna was saying, Amphale is a member of the Lord's Alliance, and I took note of your heroism. I have received reports of giants of various kinds attacking settlements throughout the Desert Valley. I didn't think that Amphale would be victim to such brazen attacks, but I was wrong, and I will see to it that there are increased safety precautions set upon this village. Ward us, as the Lord Warder should do. Now, I heard Adorna make you a promise of finding the location of the hill giant lair, and I can send a message and have that location discovered for you, if you would so like. For no one is safe while these brazen attacks continue.
that sounds perfect.
Yep.
We've been, well, we've been chasing these giants around a bit lately, and it's been hard to find their locations. So if we could find where they are, that would be wonderful for us, not for them. For them.
The other noble man, this guy, sort of comes up as you guys are standing sort of just on the street having this conversation, and he slaps Thailander on the hand. Ha! Ah, yes. I see you've found just the adventurers to do the job. Isn't that right, Thailander? Thailander? Thailander?
He's the one killing him. He's a murderer.
Get your hand off me! I was sending the message, you fool! I've just contacted the Black Staff of Waterdeep, and she will message me with the coordinates for the location on the morrow. And there are still people sort of celebrating throughout the night, and it's just a bit of a quieter festival. And Aliosa find you guys some rooms for the night, and you drink, you eat, you stuff yourselves full. Your horses are looked after, and the next morning, Thailander meets you guys at the city gates as you're about to exit, so we can tell you the location of Grudhag, the hill giant lair. But first, Thailander has something else to say, for with him, there is a horse that he has grabbing it by the reins. The horse looks like a powerful steed, and it's wearing chainmail, barding. This horse belonged to Dornier. It was his prized steed. Well, the horse, it has no place being cooped up in a stable all day, every day. It needs to be out on the open, and I heard you're all good with horses. So take it. There you go.
Does it have a name?
Sure.
Its name is Moonshadow. And the warhorse is a battle-hardened steed that is not shy to fight, not averse to combat. And yeah, we'll see how many sessions Moonshadow lasts.
If Norin can help it, a long time. As long as we're not hit with too many fireballs and stuff, we should be okay.
Alright, give you a character sheet for Moonshadow. I'm guessing that Norin is going to be riding the horse. So it actually has chainmail barding that gives it an AC of 16. There's the character sheet for it.
Excellent.
And I'll increase its AC. And barding for a horse costs 4 times the regular price. And you can get, better armor fitted to the horse. But the war horse, it won't... if it's in a fight, it's not gonna like run. It can attack and stuff. If you leave it to act on its own, it'll act like a warrior. It's trained for combat. So if you let it act on its own, it will attack.
All right.
Okay. And Thailander had spoken to the Black Staff of Waterdeep, and he points it out on your map. Grudhag, the hill giant lair. It's northeast of Ardryden and Goldenfields. Yes, it's a massive edifice set upon a dam.
This guy's still looking for the.
He is indeed. Alright, that's another quest out of the way. Miro's quest is done. The next morning, you guys leave Amphail and continue on your journeys. Miros' quest goes into the list of completed quests. And you also know where the Hill Giants' main lair is now.
Okay, guys, do you want to change plans and go to kill the giants?
I think we should still go to Waterdeep. Go give that thing to Zilang's family, and then talk to Maxine's expert before hitting the giants.
All right.
Well, Maxine thinks there's other giants involved too.
We're close enough to Waterdeep. We're might as well go ahead and go there, and then maybe.
Well, if we go to Waterdeep, then we can just teleport any way we want.
Well,
Well,
I
Now
mean,
whatever we want. It's certain city, right?
Waterdeep's actually, out of all the places we can teleport, I think Waterdeep's the closest to it. We could go to Waterdeep and then go to the Destrin River and then take a ferry up. That'd probably be quicker than.
I think Yartar is closer. Yeah, about 50 miles
Yartar's closer?
Yep. You could get a riverboat from Yartar down the Desserin and then just cut across.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, you guys get on your horses, and Norin leaves like a horse behind, I guess, or you want a spare?
We'll have a spare.
Yeah, you've got one like in every town. Okay.
Now next time you go to a teleport,
It's
no
always good to
horses
have-
allowed.
It's a good to have a pack horse. So
Fair enough. Alright, you guys continue down the long road down to Waterdeep, and how many days journey is that going to be? It's going to be like 2 days at most. You'll stay in Rassalanta the first night, and you'll be at Waterdeep by noon the next day. Alright, so you guys head down the road, and that's what you do. You leave Amphail, you head to Rassalanta. Not much happening in Rassalanta. Many traveler has come upon this quiet village and taken comfort in soft beds. Drunk some of the rich ale in the Sleeping Dragon, cozy roadside inn. And there are a few walled farms and grazing sheep around the town. And you do notice a ruined keep hidden among the stand of trees west of the village. But if you ask about it, you learn that the keep has been robbed long ago. It was an ancient edifice left over from an old time. And they actually robbed the stone itself. So it's pretty much just a foundation stone now. And as you guys stop here at the Sleeping Dragon, there is a shield dwarf named Yondril Horn. He's a retired adventurer, and he wears the livery of Waterdeep City Guard, even though he's retired. And there is actually a barracks in town where members of the City Guard. It's actually a very large contingent of Waterdeep City Guard here, using it as an out barracks. Yeah, people who patrol all the way from here to Amphail, like Waterdavian guards, will use it to sort of, as a base. The roads here are patrolled, but they're pretty infrequent. Anyway, this shield dwarf, he's just like, nope, no rooms here, no rooms for none of you. Head on off. And he like turns you guys down for no reason whatsoever, as far as you can tell. Just a small wayside inn. You can tell that they're not like at full capacity. It's like you can see open rooms on the first floor, let alone the second floor, and there's just not enough horses or people in the town that you'd feel that the sleeping dragon is full. How do you guys react to that?
I think I would just question the guy. Just like, so, can you tell us the reason why we cannot stay?
Nope. None of your business. It's Lord's Alliance stuff, and none of you are Lord's Alliance. And that's all the reason I need. If you got a problem with that, then you go and take it up with the Lord's Alliance themselves. Ha!
That's fair enough, but currently we are doing a job
We
for
are-
Lord's Alliance.
Yeah, working for the Lord's Alliance.
Alright. Forgive me. I didn't know. Usually the Lord's Alliance will send a message ahead or something. The only message I've received is a group just like you that shouldn't be welcome here.
Wait, what?
And then he flashes a Zentarum tattoo purposefully.
Ah,
If you
Right.
get my drift, so piss off. Find lodging elsewhere.
well, it's a pity that the Lord's Alliance will learn about this place and your current connections.
Alright, there is a hooded figure. Looks like a female of some sorts. You can only see her mouth underneath the hood. She was just sitting in the tap room and she stands up, so it taps you guys. Follow me. The walls here are thin. You don't want to be spilling your secrets to Zentarum spies. Shut up, Siri.
It's a message spell.
And she takes you guys away from the sleeping dragon. And she takes you over to this ruined keep that I described earlier, which is pretty much just a flat foundation stone. She looks around, and it's nighttime now. Like, you guys feel like you're not going to make it to another location for lodging before, you know, you need to sleep, and you're going to be pretty much just camping out for the night, which could be dangerous because it's quite a hilly area near the Sword Mountains. It's pretty dangerous. And she looks around to make sure the coast is clear. And she picks up this stone, which is like feat of strength because it's a massive stone, but it seems to be incredibly light. And she moves it aside, and there is a trapdoor. You were the ones? You were the ones that spoke to the Black Staff?
Yes, not directly, but yes.
Directly, indirectly. You told me that you would be passing by Ratalanta. Hidden in this chamber is a permanent teleportation circle of the Harpers. Blackstaff's personal teleportation circle, which he uses to send messages and aid to Ratalanta. She has given you all permission to use it to expedite your journey to Waterdeep, or anywhere else you may go.
Thank you. That will be quite useful.
I suggest you use it now, and find your lodgings in Waterdeep for this eve. Don't worry. Your horses can come with you as well. I've been hearing reports that there have been neglected horses all over the north.
That's a terrible fate.
They're not neglected. We leave them with good people.
Donate them. So we just stuff them through the trapdoor?
I have memorized the symbol myself. I will cast a teleportation circle away from prying eyes somewhere in the woods.
Thank you.
And she takes you guys down to this hidden chamber in the cellar, and sure enough, there's a permanent teleportation circle there. You guys use it, and just like that, you arrive in the teleportation circle linked to Waterdeep. And you're in Waterdeep, and then your horses are teleported into a stable house protected by the Harpers. So you guys arrive at the Waterdeep Circle, and it's inside this raised crypt in Waterdeep's walled cemetery, the City of the Dead. You meet with Thestral Meladrin, this very thin elven mage, and her shield guardian that protect the teleportation circle there. And you've met her before. This isn't the first time you've used the circle. Maybe you introduce her to Rend. And she lets you out of the crypt, out of the mausoleum, tells you the location of your horses and the secure Harper stable. And you guys are now on the streets of Waterdeep. You come out to the stately, clean castle ward, finely paved streets, which are illuminated by lanterns. Members of the City Watch are posted on every street corner, and yeah, it's just a mosh pit of people moving about here. Some people coming to trade in the trade ward, and just like that, you guys are in Waterdeep.
So I guess we need to find House Stan.
What time is it right now? Is it pretty late? Or?
No, it's early in the evening. It just like fallen on dark when that whole debacle happened, and yeah,
Okay.
it's Waterdeep is very, very lively at this time. They're even you're actually sort of you sneak out of the City of the Dead though, because they've actually closed the gates. Actually, no, they don't close the gates this early. Actually, you just make your way through the City of the Dead, but you do notice one phenomenon. There's actually a lot of people in the City of the Dead, because it's not really just, it's not a cemetery, it's more like a park. And there are all these like blue glowing lights that look like will-o-wisps hovering above the City of the Dead, bathing it in this eerie blue glow. And there are just groups of people that have come here to witness this phenomenon. Some people say it's the souls of the dead rising up to watch over or contact lost loved ones, or it's just an illusion spell from a powerful archmage that had gone wrong. No one really knows, but there are couples and families and people just enjoying themselves in the City of the Dead. A few members of the City Watch patrolling around. Anyway, you guys just use that light to guide yourselves beyond the City of the Dead's walls. And you've got two quests here. Xi Liang's quest. Try and find House Than. And you're given the address of... actually, I don't think you were given the address of House Than, so you have to try and find where
We don't
he
even
lives.
know what ward it's in, right?
No,
We
but
weren't
you
told.
could ask around, but it's Maxine's quest that you know the address. She provides direction to his residence in the city's north ward, tall stone house with a tower on one corner. And
Since we know the address,
Yeah.
I think that'd be the better one to start with.
the address is the corner of Nindabar and Solmore Street.
Sorry, whose house is that?
The dragon
That's the-
expert. Yeah.
Could we maybe ask one of the guards if they know of House Than?
You can
Maybe it's well known.
spend 2 gold pieces and make an investigation check. Maybe Try and nosy up to the guards. Even stop a noble person. Waterdavian noble on the street.
I'm gonna guidance myself before I approach,
Okay.
and I will, of course, hand over the gold before I ask a question, and ask about House Than.
It's more like a couple of hours of asking around.
Oh. So what's the 3 gold for?
Maybe buying a person a drink, going into a cafe
Oh,
or
it's
something.
like a whole thing. Oh, wow.
Yeah, takes a little bit of time trying to find this noble's house.
Well, I don't trust my investigation check. If somebody else wants to try, go for it.
But you've already sort of done it. I mean, may as well just roll. It's not like it's any great loss if you fail.
3 gold down the tube. Here we go. That's what's going to happen here.
Yeah.
Boom!
Down the
Nice.
tube, right.
I mean, you
to
got a
where we
plus
need
3. That's pretty good. I mean, it's
Yeah, it's better than Norns for sure.
All right. Yeah, you try to like nosy up to some Waterdavian nobles that are heading to the castle ward to watch an evening theater performance, and you try to like give them pleasantries, and it's actually against the law in Waterdeep to try and like approach a noble and talk to them. But you just get some nice nobles, and they don't want anything in exchange for information. So they tell you to keep your few gold or whatever you have to offer them, and they point you. House Than? Oh yes. They are family friends of ours. They live on Tower March in the North Ward. It's just off Delzoran Street.
Perfect.
Just past Troll Skull Alley. Over here.
Thank you so much.
Well, we're off to the performance.
Enjoy the show.
We shall. We are watching Curse of Strog. My favorite.
What when you want to pickpocket someone, what skill is it?
Sleight of hand.
Okay. Just curious.
I think
Just throwing
so,
it out
like,
there.
crimes against
Little foreshadowing.
crimes against nobles are like 10 times worse than regular crimes as well. So like if you're like caught pickpocketing just like a commoner, you'd maybe get like
a question.
a few gold fine. But if you're caught pickpocketing a nobleman, it'd be like a several hundred gold fine or like imprisonment or something like that. Crazy, something crazy like that. The nobles are very highly regarded in Waterdeep.
All right.
Well, we've got both locations now. Kaldar Marskull's place and Chasloth Yarghorn's place. Over here. So the dragon expert and the Ziliang's butler or family home. Which one you guys want to go to first?
The one that's closest to us. This guy.
The tower. All right. You guys head through the very, very busy streets, and despite it only being it's like 4,000 feet away. It's like it's busy in Waterdeep. It's like a mosh pit. There's like 2 million people that live in Waterdeep. That's the population. It's like just insane. So you do best to get yourselves a coach, and it'll cost you 2 gold pieces each. So cross off 10 gold for that, just to get there in a timely fashion. But that coach is for the entire night. It'll take you around wherever else you need to go. Alright, you guys get in the coach. Just a fine horse-led wagon. A little private room that's curtained off. There's even a little table with some wine and whatnot. And you just sort of trot on through. It still takes like over an hour to get there. And you just see this tall stone tower on the corner of the streets at this junction. And you guys knock on the door, and well, actually, you can't even knock on the door. It's like it is a noble's estate, so you have to like sort of first speak with the guards of the house, and then they sort of question you all that like you don't have an audience, but then you tell sort of name drop Maxine, and then they let you guys in. You head into this very large tower. It's like a wizard's tower, and the first floor is pretty much just like a humble home, and then there is a circular stone staircase that leads up to like a laboratory, and you guys are taken up to the second floor where you meet Chazlorth. He's this human wizard looking fellow. Seems to be elderly, wears a wet red robe, has a long brown beard, and he has a headband of intellect that he wears proudly over his head. And he's got pointed ears, so you think he's an elf. But he said it's just an experiment gone wrong that he doesn't want to talk about when questioned about the pointy elf ears. Ah! Maxine told me that you were going to come here. Yes. I've been waiting for you. And as you guys are directed to take a seat. Take a seat! Yeah, there's just like random bits of furniture around this laboratory. There's not enough seats for everyone. And there is another third floor. A floor above you all. And like the towers, like the keeps, top of the keep. And you hear like lots of like noise and hissing of cats like crashing about. Ah! Shut up! Ha! There's just like this constant racket during your visit. Huh. Cats! Cats, I tell you. Now, what is it that Maxine sent you here for again?
Dragons. She said that you had the knowledge of dragons and the conflict between them and giants, and
Yes.
that's useful.
Yes. I'm a dragon expert. I am a dragon expert. And she thinks that we can just make friends with dragons just like that? That's a stupid plan! That is the stupidest plan I've ever heard. There's no way in the Nine Hells that the Lord's Alliance would ever deal with dragons. Stupid
Maybe not
woman.
the Lord's
Are you-
Alliance.
Are you aware of the giants ravaging?
Yes, I'm aware of the
The realm?
giants ravaging the realm.
Well, I think that it plays a role into our inquiry. Giants and dragons are notoriously.
Well, I know that. I'm a dragon expert. What I'm saying is there's no way the Nine Hells, the Lord's Alliance, is going to ally with dragons. That's a
Not
preposterous
even,
idea.
Not even the good metallic dragons.
Of course! Preposterous!
Well, Maxine seemed pretty confident about it.
Well, she was wrong.
Would someone else ally with them? Doesn't have to be a Lord's Alliance.
What about yourselves?
Perhaps we can seek out
Yeah.
if you know of a good dragon, a powerful good dragon.
You just hear this loud hiss, and then you just see like a cat just like thrown down, and then like a loud hiss that doesn't sound like a cat.
Towards
a cat is just sort of thrown like a story from like a story up from like the upstairs like keep, and Chazlos has to quickly cast Featherfall so the cat doesn't just splat on the ground. Ah! He throws out his hand. Ah, those cats, they're ever so playful.
That does not sound like a cat up there.
What are you, a cat expert?
Well, no. But I'm just saying, I'm just calling it how I see it, or hear it in this case.
And everyone make a nature check for me.
Norn is actually not good at these.
Ren, you're just like, yeah, that's a big cat.
Yeah, it's a big
You think
cat.
maybe it's one of the barbarians, the tiger barbarians up there.
Maybe a dog.
Alright, yeah, Nora, and you're just like thinking, yeah, big cat as well. Maybe Ren's like a dog, yeah. And you're like, you don't think that that's a cat. And Than and Roderick, that sounds like the hiss of a dragon.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, I do speak Draconic, but it's not like actually speaking then, is it?
Alright, you just, you did catch a word in Draconic.
Okay.
Fun cat, fool!
So it's like
Sorry.
a small dragon?
Is that
Yes,
it's
sounds
not
like a
it's not the
wormling.
cat. It's not the cat that we think is a dragon. It's something that threw the cat, right?
Yeah, like the cat was tossed from
Right.
floor
okay.
above down. There is like a concentric ring of floors. It's like a balcony, like a hole in the center of the tower. Only a small hole though, like 5 foot in diameter.
Well,
Decent
Yeah.
sized hole.
perhaps the cat thrower can help us.
What? How can a cat help you? I said dragons!
No, the one that threw the cat. Perhaps she can help us.
What are you talking about?
To me, it sounds like you've got a dragon upstairs. Maybe we could talk.
Impossible! Impossible! Dragons can't
I
enter
thought-
Waterdeep. The Blackstaff Dragon Ward prevents that.
I'm
Okay.
sure it does, and
You'd have to be truly an expert archmage, a master of the arcane arts that are able to deceive even the Blackstaff herself using a complex series of potent unguents, rituals to
you
bypass the
certainly seem
ward.
capable.
It seems like that's exactly what has happened here.
Nope.
Because you indeed,
No,
sir,
no,
have
no.
a dragon
Weren't we
upstairs.
talking about Naxine's crazy plan?
Yes,
Yeah, that's
we
a
were.
shit.
you.
Let's get back
And-
to the topic of how stupid she is. Stupid woman.
And then, but that was before we were rudely interrupted by a dragon throwing a cat downstairs.
No, no,
Are there
no.
like any
That's-
stairs
we-
close
All
by?
right,
We won't.
all right.
we
Let's
only
settle
speak
this.
That's
I'm
how
I'm
it's
going
like
to
crawl
go get
upstairs.
the cat and show it to you.
No, the cat is fine. Fine.
I
Bring-
have several cats.
The cat is a
Okay.
cat. We're talking about the person that threw the cat.
Listen. Come upstairs in exactly 30 seconds, and I'll show you every cat that I have.
Sure thing.
Show us your cat collection. That's fine.
Hey, just wait here, and he quickly runs up the stairs. Shit. And he's like, you hear him like mumbling to himself. Everyone make a perception check. Alright, Ren, you can hear what he's saying. Shit, I've used like all of my magic today. Why did I spend those spell slots on the polymorph and the sending? What can I do with cantrips? Maybe this will. Alright, come up! And you head upstairs, and he's got like all the cats lined up for you guys. Look! Plain and simple. And You just see like a pretty cluttered room. There's like crap everywhere. It looks like the place has been sort of trashed. And
So
he's
just gonna ask in Draconic. So which one of you is the dragon?
he's just got like 5 cats lined up there. And look! And the dragon, the little silver dragon wormling is there. Meow! The dragon says.
I mean,
See?
that's definitely not a cat.
It meows like a cat.
Well, I could meow like a cat too, but that would not make me a cat. That is a dragon.
You can identify however you want.
I cast Speak with Animals, and I meow.
And
I ask the cats to
the dragon just speaks. Oh, Chancellor, the gig is up. Why, I'm not a cat. Hello there, friends. Well, it's not right to lie, is it, Chancellor? Oh, grr. I guess the gig is up. All right, it's true. I have managed to sneak a dragon into Waterdeep. But Irizor here is my best friend. And you see this little dragon, it looks like it's sculpted from pure metal. It's a very noble cast to its face, high eyes, sweeping beard-like chin spikes, a spiny frill rising high over its head. And it has these, its scales are more like blue than grey. It has this bluish tinge to them. And just has these very bright sort of yellow glowing eyes. Oh, Chazlorth, I don't like the way you call Naxine stupid, but friends, it is true. The Lord's Alliance, they are not ones to ally with my kind, I'm afraid. You should listen to Chazlorth. He may be eccentric, but he has many good plans. He formulated the plan to smuggle me into the city, and, well, we've been best friends ever since. Well, you're not going to tell the Black Staff about this, are you?
Of course not.
I don't see any reason to. But if the Lord's Alliance will not ally with dragons, maybe a independent third party, such as ourselves, could possibly contact dragons.
So we agree that Naxine's plan was crazy and stupid. Good.
No.
Chancellor, that's not very nice. Okay, well, the plan was foolish. I'll go that far. But I have already formulated another plan. While we were bickering and talking about cats, my mind has been working behind the scenes.
And what is your plan?
Together. Well, I suggest you should all travel to Cryptgarden Forest, seek out old Norbone. A powerful and eccentric green dragon that's rumored to possess a possession of crystal balls that he uses to scry on everyone and everything.
Wait, did you say a green dragon?
Precisely.
Okay. I've just heard the chromatic dragons aren't so friendly usually. So.
Perhaps your brains cannot process what I said, but I'll say it again.
Well, the crystal
Seek
ball.
out old Norbone, a powerful and eccentric green dragon rumored to possess a collection of crystal balls that she uses to scry on everyone and everything and occasionally vaporizes people with her poisonous breath.
Occasionally.
But,
Yes, you're right. I didn't
Occasional.
quite catch that last bit.
Occasional. Now, old Norbone in particular, she's known to help adventurers I don't think the dragon will harm you if you seem intent on ending the giant threat. You'd be excellent candidates to test this theory, I believe.
That sounds promising. Is there anything we should know about
Nope.
green dragons?
But you should take these potions of poison resistance in case things go bad.
Yes, that's
Points to a shelf, and there's just like these little vials with like just a label on them, and the words "potion of poison resistance" scratched on them.
yeah.
Now, I would
Thank you.
suggest drinking them before entering the Crypt Garden Forest. It may be too late if you happen to need them, which you wouldn't, if my theory is correct.
Yeah. Also, west of here, we did run across a young copper dragon. We don't know who his mother is, though.
Oh,
Is there a copper dragon in the area?
copper dragon. Is that the one hanging around the old tower?
I don't remember a tower.
We just met it in the hill.
Yeah.
There are quite
he's
a
friendly.
few copper dragons in the area. I think it could belong to a great number of ancient worms that reside up in the Dragon Keeps, far to the north here. Too many to keep track of. But I can assure you, metallic dragons, they're good-natured. They'll bring you no harm.
Yeah, Cooper helped us out.
Koopa! Not a typical draconic name.
He didn't give us his name, so we just named him.
Oh. Yes, they're the most playful of the bunch. Copper dragons. Wait a second. Did you say in the hills? Ah, yes.
Yes.
It's come to me now. Vexillanthus. Was there hill giants involved by chance?
Yes, there were.
The water.
Yes, that would be Vexillanthus. Iserol's friends with Vexillanthus. Yeah, he's a bit of a mercenary for hire, I've heard. For a few hundred gold, he'll escort adventurers. If he's done it for free, he must have liked you.
Yeah, he was very friendly. Played a tune for him.
Well, there you go. That proves my theory. Dragons can be helpful. So, potion of poison resistance for everyone, and, well, Crypt Garden Forest is not too far from here.
Well, hopefully we will not need these, but thank you.
You should drink it. Drink it before entering the forest, just in case.
Well,
As a
I am
precaution.
natural poison resistant, so
Very well then.
Was that car talking?
but it's not poison resistant.
And I'll show you guys on the map where Crypt Garden Forest is. Old Norbones, also known as Corky Amateur, is a well-known dragon. This is the Crypt Garden Forest.
Okay.
Oh, it is
okay.
really close.
Yeah, not hundreds of miles away.
Pretty close there. All right then. Well, good luck, and you know what they say. No news is bad news. If I don't hear back from you, I'll presume you're all dead. My experiment failed horribly.
Well,
All
thank you
right.
for your assistance.
Good.
We'll be sure to hold
Wait,
you. That's the case.
Do you guys want a kitten by chance? I'm trying to give them away. I've got quite a few
Well,
of them.
I could use one.
Not really, Cat.
Yeah,
Person,
that-
thanks.
There you go.
Don't
We
get
have
one
that.
just to feed it the car, please.
Car shakes your hand with its tail.
No, the fourth one. 1, 2.
Cat hasn't had lunch yet.
I'm not giving away that cat. He points to the dragon.
Ah,
A little cute kitten comes up to you and with anime eyes. Meow.
I point to Ka. Watching his feet.
I mean,
The cat cuddles up to Car. And Car cuddles up to the cat.
Oh god.
Alright. So, you guys leave the tower. And, yeah. Ready to head on over to the noble's house. I'm guessing.
Yeah. Yeah. Give them the bad news.
and the necklace, was it?
Yeah, that too.
Pearl pendant.
well, it says just we just need to talk to the butler. So
Well, we give them this, and they give us something. Maybe.
Alright, so you guys head over to House Than, and it's from what you heard from the nobles, it's one of Waterdeep's leading vintners. And you guys sort of do the same thing. You drop Zi Liang's name and you show them the black pendant to the house guards, and they all know Zi Liang. And they're very saddened to hear of her passing. And you guys go on and break the news and whatnot. And you go and eventually meet with Caldor. He's got an Alaskan accent, and he's the head butler. And he takes the pendant in his hand. This isn't Zi Liang's family, but this is House Than, a family of Zi Liang's, a friend of Zi Liang's family. Saddened to hear about Zi Liang. It's been noted that my memory has faded these days. Toll of war. I never used to be a butler. I'd fought in Icewind Dale, and goblins and barbarians have raided the towns. I came down to Waterdeep. Start a second chapter of my life. I helped Zi Liang's family, and they got me this job. Although I don't remember much, one thing I always remember with perfect clarity. The Than family and Zi Liang family are allies. Now, Zi's parents entrusted me with some items. Z would be old enough to have them now, but, well, she has no need for them. And even in life, I don't think she would. She was always one that preferred more of a ascetic lifestyle. I understand that Z has bequeathed her inheritance to you. This pendant is proof of that. And he sends some servants to the attic. And they come back with this old wooden trunk, and they bring it to you guys. He unlocks it with a key, and there are 2 items inside. You may claim the contents. And there are 2 potions. It's a potion of heroism. So it gives you 10 temp hit points and pretty much a bless spell for an hour that does not require concentration. You've already got one, so you get another one. And an elixir of health. You can use it to cure list of ailments. That you do not have yet. I'll give you a handout for that too. I think I'll have to get that from D&D Beyond. The Elixir of Health is a rare potion. It cures any disease. It removes blinded, deafened, paralyzed, and poison conditions.
Nice.
I'll give you a handout for that. And he holds the pendant. I would offer to keep the pendant and see it safely return to Ziliang, but there is no family left to claim it. You should keep it. Remember her. She would want you to have it. At least she will rest knowing that the treasure has been used for a greater good. Just don't pawn it. That would be very rude.
We'll straight up sell it.
Alright, there's an Elixir of Health handout. And with that, he offers you guys a room in the estate. You guys can sleep there the night. And you keep the pendant, and we'll wrap it up here for tonight as well. And lots of side quests out of the way. I think you did all the ones that you got from Goldenfields, just about. Pretty much you did. Except for following up for one of them. Liang's quest is done, so you've just got the follow-up for Naxine's quest in Crypt Garden Forest. And you now know the location of the Hill Giant's lair. Thomas and Lily will meet up with you guys, and I'll see you guys next week.
All right. Yeah, I'm not gonna be here next week, but see you in 2 weeks.
Okay. All right. Have fun and take care, everyone. Hope everyone had a nice Thanksgiving and went crazy on Black Friday. I'll see you guys next week.
All right, guys. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Take care. Bye bye.